Ahem. Hello. Hi, Charky. Hi, Johnny.
Hey, Cass.
Hey.
Welcome, one and all. Welcome to the Bad Game Hall of Fame. Welcome to Gun Games Extravaganza, episode Quattro? That's 4, right?
Yes.
Yes.
This is a show in which we play light gun games, my favorite type of game. Rail shooters, my favorite genre, as has been committed to the record previously. WrestleMania is going on right now.
It is. I don't even know where to watch it anymore. It changed networks and hands so many times that even if I wanted to watch it, I wouldn't know where to watch it. So I'm here instead.
That is fair. And we thank all of you who have chosen tonight to stick with us rather than the wrestling extravaganza, to go with the light gun extravaganza tonight. I got some bangers picked out tonight. I've got what has become my new obsession. There is a game that, Charky, you recommended to me.
Yes.
That I have become absolutely obsessed with since I played it for the first time a few days ago. So we're going to show that off first and foremost tonight. Then I got a couple other games as well, including one that is part of a very famous franchise, a very famous IP in survival horror that made the jump to rail shooter that I'm very excited to show off to folk tonight. That's also...
I bet I know what it is. You know what? I'm going to send you a direct message on
I posted
Discord,
it in our little Discord channel for...
Here's the thing, is I didn't see that. So I'm going to send you my guess directly, and when we get to the segment, you're going to tell everyone if I got it right or not.
Okay, fair enough. So we got a few games picked out tonight, to be sure. So, and one of them, like I said, is one that I've been recently obsessed with. One is one that I've wanted to show off for a long time, that we've used for our epilogue music for forever, cut from that soundtrack, if you will.
Okay, so I can tell you right now that I'm wrong.
Yes, you are.
I guess Dino Stalker, the
Dino Crisis.
Crisis.
Is that the third or fourth in that series?
Third, technically.
It's technically Gun Survivor 3.
Oh, yeah,
Dino
that's right.
Crisis
The
3.
Resident Evil Gun Survivor
That's
franchise.
true, yeah.
Light gun games are great, folks. Let me just, to get this back on track. Light gun games are fucking awesome. This is my favorite genre. This is my favorite segment that we do on this show, which is surprising because we do it so infrequently. But fuck it. I've been sunburnt the past week. That's why I've been off of the show. I've been recovering from a pretty severe case of sunburn, 3rd-degree burns on my shoulders. But I'm good and drunk tonight, so I'm just clearing that pain from my mind, and I am ready to play my favorite type of video game. And that's all I got, basically.
Before we get to your favorite type of video game, we need to get to your favorite type of segment of the show.
That's very true. My favorite segment on this show that we do, this is my favorite format, is Gun Games Extravaganza, but my favorite format, my favorite segment on this show will always be Sharky Stream Snack.
Tonight's stream snack is a Twix ice cream bar.
Oh, that shit rules! I love that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm jealous already. Oh, dude.
I've been feeling real hot here lately. It's not even actually that hot, I think, but just for whatever reason, it just feels real muggy, and it's probably really humid right now. So I've been wanting to have something cold. I'm going out to the store probably tomorrow to get some Snowball in a pint. Like a wedding cake snowball thing, but tonight I'm having
what the fuck is
Snowball
Snowball
ice cream bar. Yeah, you never had a Snowball before?
No, I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's like shaved ice with a syrup on top of it.
Okay, that's fair. That's good.
Some people call it shaved ice, but
yeah, that's what I would call it. That's what I know it as, personally.
Oh yeah, when you said Snowball, I thought of those alcoholic drinks that come in bulbous cans.
No, I know what you're talking about. Those aren't very good, but that's not what we're talking about. But no, they sell them in pints too, which is nice. But the Twix ice cream bar, very good. So much sweeter than an actual Twix bar.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The cookie bits in there do taste like I'm actually eating a clump of raw sugar. But it's very good. I've been having drumsticks lately, but I wanted something a little smaller and a little different. Tonight's drink, keeping with the frozen treat theme, is Ghost Energy Phase Pop, which is flavored like those red, white, and blue rocket popsicles, but branded with FaZe Clan.
Our favorite gaming clan, yeah.
I think these are discontinued. I have to assume that the licensing deal ran out. Because when I was at the store looking for drinks, these are now called Ghost America Pops.
From FaZe to America.
Yeah, apostrophe America. I kind of don't know which is more embarrassing, the FaZe Clan thing or the America thing.
The FaZe Clan, to be sure. I mean, America's pretty embarrassing, but FaZe Clan is like peak embarrassing.
So I will have. Whoa! Didn't get on my hand. Got on the floor.
How do you always open these, and how do they always spill? Stop shaking your cans before you stream.
I do not shake my cans. It's just the action of like popping that top goes. Psh. I don't know. Maybe it's the air pressure where you live. Anyway, it's time to taste what might be the last can of Phase Pop.
Okay, while you're drinking that, I've been drinking Monster Energy and vodka again. Specifically, a Monster Peaches and Cream variety, which is is muy excelente. I really enjoyed that mixed with the vodka today. I'm drunk tonight. Sorry, folks.
All right. Well, I have drunk some of this Phase Pop. Still good. It does taste like that, red, white, and blue pops. Although, of all the Ghost flavors, this one kind of has the most of the artificial sweetener taste. Ghost and Alani tend to kind of avoid that flavor. This one has it a little bit. Johnny, what are you having?
Well, I got my coffee as usual. I do have a little bit of Bailey. I think it's Bailey's flavored syrup. I don't think it's actually alcoholic. A touch of that. And because it's the season, it's Easter, a magical time where we celebrate when the Easter Bunny cleared House of the Dead 1 on 3 credits. I have a hot cross bun, specifically with chocolate chips and soy caramel.
Oh, that sounds good.
Yeah. Oh,
3 credit clear for House of the Dead. You never won credit clear, 1 CC'd that game?
Yeah, but he's a rabbit.
Yeah, the Easter Bunny did the 3 credit clear.
Oh,
that's what we celebrate for Easter.
It's pretty impressive for a rabbit.
Is he like a... Okay, if you're familiar with the Easter Bunny, like on a personal level, is he like a human-sized rabbit or is he like a rabbit-sized rabbit?
Oh, that's the truest question of all time.
Because one of those is technically more impressive than the other.
Yeah.
I have seen a rabbit.
Which one is which? Who's to say?
I have seen a rabbit play a rhythm game at the arcade. Granted, it was a mechanical rabbit, but it was like it went tee 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 and then hopped like 3 times and then hit the notes. And went tee 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 and hopped 3 times and hit the notes. That's impressive.
That's still pretty
whimsical, even.
All right, I think that'll do it for the stream snack.
Very good. Thank you for the stream snack update, which we also participated in. We also had our own stream snacks.
Yes.
I need to make individual graphics for our own stream snack segments, or in my case, the stream drink segment.
Nah, I think having just the one is good. This is like this is my stamp on the show, right?
Yeah.
This is
Darky's the head of the stream snack family, you know.
Yeah.
That's fair. All right, let's cut to that main stage, and let's cut to our first game tonight, as advertised in the stream announcements, and as mentioned at the top of the show, what has become my latest obsession, Guntu Western Front, June 1944, Tetsu no Kioku. This is a 1997 release by way of Electrocoin Japan for the PlayStation 1.
Trust me, you're going to like it.
So you mentioned this game to me, Charky, a while ago.
Yes.
You didn't mention it by name. You didn't remember the name of it, but
because I distinctly remember this game, and I was trying to find it. I just could not remember the name of it. I kept thinking of the name Foxtrot, which is a different PlayStation 1 game that is like not like this at all. But I'd seen this game, and I was like, Cass needs to see this. Cass needs to.
Oh, this is so completely, so entirely my shit. This is, I don't know. I played this once, and it's like a new Death Crimson in my mind. Just about something about the presentation of it, about the mechanics of it, that I played it once and that was enough to make me an obsessive over this game. So we're gonna show it off here on the stream and hopefully share in the revelry, in the appreciation of this game.
Got that real scrappy quality to it.
Electro Brain. Do we know anything else they made? I don't know offhand. I haven't researched this game yet.
No, Electro Brain. You said right?
Yes.
Is it Electro Coin?
Oh, Electro Coin, Japan. Sorry.
Coin. Okay.
Well, I got electrocoin.com. I get the feeling that's not right.
Okay. Well, I got on Moby Games. They're credited with one game, which is called Guntu Western Front, June 1944.
I'm gonna have to adjust this volume, so give me a minute here.
I think this is their only game.
This should be good. So this is a period shooter, a World War II French liberation rail shooter by way of Japan, who, if you'll recall, were on the Axis side of things during World War II.
Japan, for a while at least, definitely liked making games about World War II from the perspective of the side they weren't on. The 19XX series of games, you know.
I think that's a different franchise. I think that might be a different series of games that you're referring to.
It is. I know. I'm saying that they did games like that. You know, the 1940/19XX. They did. Way later. Go
Video
on.
Game
Sorry.
King reminding us that there is a company called Electro Brain, which is what I had the wires crossed in my mind. But Electro Coin for this one.
Yeah.
Dula, the total length.
What is that? It was a Xbox 360 game, I think. It was a World War II game, a Japanese strategy game, but they were werewolves.
A strategy game with werewolf? Yeah, Operation Darkness sounds about right to me. I know I'm supposed to be the encyclopedic catalog of bad games here, but
okay, I do have an update. It looks like Electrocoin Japan used to do slot machines either before or after this.
Now
I
have a complete
I think that's
save
why we
here.
can't find credits for them. Yeah.
This is
So, like I said, GameFAQs and Moby Games both say that this is their only video game.
Yeah, only video game. Yeah.
Okay, so weapon select here. This determines what our secondary weapon is. This is a game where we have two weapons. You have a machine gun, and you have some sort of explosive round. So each of these settings gives you a different secondary weapon. I'm just going to keep it on the default combination because I don't remember what the other two are. But I'm sure this will be fine. Let me make sure my gun is nice and adjusted. Yeah, it looks good enough to me.
Oh yeah, GunCon.
So I had played this game once, and I am now fucking obsessed with it, as mentioned. This hits up a lot of those... Wait, why am I in hard mode? I can't do hard mode. This game is brutally difficult, I should mention. I thought I had selected normal. Okay. Oh, well, I exited on the main screen. Okay, here we go. This should be the official start of this game. And I will do us the benefit of hitting the translate button on this. Mountain region Yon. As the Führer began his rule, he ordered the construction of military installations by cutting into the mountainside, hoping to establish bases for future expansion into the west. Now let's shot the picture. Let's see who we're killing on this mission. Fucking
just a little waif of a Nazi rather.
Banger soundtrack in this game.
I think I mixed Nazi and husbandu like in my head while I was trying to say that.
Well, this husbandu's name is Lieutenant Fels Datsun von Zackreit, commander of the 101st Mountain Infantry Platoon, Stein Zeppe Leduf Brigade. Let's get his bio real quick. A young elite second lieutenant who joined the military to carry on the will of his father, who was killed in battle. Having only recently graduated from military academy, his lack of combat experience leaves him with little command ability. Well, time to fucking kill him.
Good luck. Yeah, I get a little... If they get wackier with it, I was getting a little bit of, like, Hellsing design off that character.
Yeah, I didn't want to say that because I don't remember the name of that character. Schrodinger?
Oh, there's that, but I was just thinking of... There's, like, the cat boy.
Yeah, Schrodinger. I think.
Oh, that's Schrodinger,
okay.
Yeah. So, rail shooter with 3D models. Mowing down Nazis in full 3D on the PlayStation.
One whole texture for the walls and floor.
You know, I'm just gonna...
And I should have a filter in place so that the screen flashing, because there is screen flashing here, it does flash white.
Yes.
So my compatriots are having to see that, but folk at home should be seeing a relatively flashless stream as we try to provide it on the Gun Games Extravaganza.
I will say I'm specifically not looking at the flashing monitor because that I can't take that. So pop out. I have the pop out player for Twitch, so I'll just be a little behind.
Machine gun does minimal damage to vehicles, but you can drain their health a little bit. If I hold down the A button, I believe, I switch to my explosive round, which can inflict damage on everything on the screen and also do more damage to vehicles. But primarily, we're dealing with this machine gun here that we happen to have.
Yeah. How do I exist asks if Cass playing on a real CRT. No, this is emulation.
Yeah, I'm just using a mouse for this. One of these days, we'll have a Sinden light gun, and we can play these games with an actual light gun, the way they're intended. Mouse is harder than using a light gun, for those who don't know.
It would take a lot of physical labor, but I do have the parts to potentially do it. It's just the CRT I have it's like a 30-inch, so it's fucking huge.
So you may notice that our timer and our health are one and the same in this game.
Oh, yeah.
So every time we take damage, it depletes from our time. If we run out of time, that is a continue state.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm trying
to remember another
might help me.
shooter that used that.
I just realized. It's maybe if I turn the brightness of my monitor way down.
Then the flashes will be that much brighter, won't they?
No, because everything should go down.
Yeah, it might be there might be like a more stark contrast between the normal image and the flash. You could do the pro strat, which is you just anticipate when Cass is going to shoot and you blink, and then you're fine.
There's a lot of shooting in this game, so I don't know how effective that might be.
Yeah. No, I think playing stuff like this on real hardware as a kid's probably conditioned my eyes. I'm not too bad.
I played it on hardware too. I just think it's like getting older, guy. It made it worse for me.
I will say the PS1 era stuff is a lot harder to go back to because it's like lower frame rate and way brighter flashing.
So I was mentioning earlier.
Oh, you go ahead.
I was mentioning earlier games coming out of Japan that were, World War II games from their perspective of the Allies. Do y'all know of a Japanese game that's World War II from the perspective of the Japanese?
That Simple Series game y'all played.
Not that RPG series, right?
No, the boat one. I'm pretty sure you two figured out the boat one was supposed to be from the Japan side.
Yeah, the one we played on Simple 2000 Euro Trip.
Yeah.
Yep, is that. There's actually another one I was thinking of. 1983's Yamato from Sega, where you play the last stand of the Yamato battleship.
Oh, yeah! Haven't thought about that in a minute.
Yeah, that game only ends when your ship blows up, because one, it's an arcade game. It has to just kind of end like that. And two, that's because, the Yamato blew up, or sunk. So
it has to end canonically,
Yeah. I don't think they would have made like a alt history, and then we won the war.
Might be a bit too much of a stretch.
Yeah.
Oops.
The way this game looks is interesting because it's definitely in a 3D engine, but the way it's animated makes it look like these are digitized 3D sprite, models into sprites. Because there's just so little frame rate on them.
Video Game King mentioning other games in that genre of games from that perspective, which yet
let's read this
I only
real
came
quick.
into it with like one in mind.
The Führer believed that it was necessary to quickly deal a major blow to the enemy forces that were an obstacle to conquering the West. And so he urged the development of powerful new weapons capable of long-distance attacks. The construction of military facilities in Yon was to be a frontline base for deploying the new weapons and was one of the most important plans in the conquest of the West. However, construction was halted due to the destruction of the facilities and security forces, and the Führer's hope of conquering the West was thwarted. That's us! We stopped him from conquering the West! We're heroes!
It's weird.
World War II was won by one guy.
And his name was Guntu.
I'm Hitful asking, so where was the guy we were supposed to kill? He was in the tank.
Yeah. Ooh, mission 2. The fortified city of Luz. A fortified city is ruled by Marquis Jean-Pierre Louez. Its symbolic red brick defensive wall surrounds the city in a perfect circle, and due to its height and shape that almost reaches the heavens, it is called the Crown of Luz. I'm happy to take that crown off of this motherfucker, this Nazi motherfucker.
I don't think Luz is the Nazi.
Oh, look at him smoking. Makes me want a cigarette right now. Commander of the 3rd Infantry Battalion of the Steinseppe Luftwaffe Brigade, Major Michael Heikenlef Adolf.
No relation.
A veteran warrior who had served on many battlefields from Norway and the Soviet Union in the north to Italy and Libya in the south. He did not achieve any spectacular feats, but even among the Allied forces, everyone knew of his name. The Wandering Knight. Time to take this knight off his fucking horse.
Everyone knows of him, but he's kind of not...
He's kind of
much.
unspectacular, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they're on motorcycles now. Yeah, this game fucking rules. It looks haggard as hell.
Yeah.
But it's great. But which, I mean, it's pretty bad as far as rail shooters go.
I mean, I'm going to compliment the car and not the Nazis. But the car doing that two-wheel drift there was kind of sick.
Banger soundtrack in this game, by the way. Can I just say?
Yeah, it's not the kind of stuff you typically hear in like a World War II era game, but that's awesome.
I mean, this is what Guntu listened to. This is a real life account of a real guy who served during World War II, and
this is what he listened to in his portable record player. How did that car even get in that situation where it had to jump in from off screen?
So, I mean, if I have to be objective about this game is not the best as far as rail shooters are concerned, as far as like enemy placement and like conscious design, but it's got so much swag that I can't help but fucking adore this. It's all of 6 levels long, and some of these levels are not great, but I guess we'll get to that when we get to that.
Time Crisis is only 3 levels long.
But all 3 of those levels are fucking bangers, though.
They are. Was like twice as good as Time Crisis? Who knows?
I'm not sure about that, but I am inclined to defend this game and its flaws because it's just so much goddamn fun.
I honestly don't know where I first heard about this game or first saw this game. I don't think it was like a Classics of Game. It could have been. It almost looks like something that would show up on Classics of Game, but I don't think it was. I'm sure someone in chat will know if it was or not and would say, or may have already said earlier. Slumtender says it's completely historically accurate and a suitable replacement for a textbook.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, when they talked about the Crown of Luz thing, I looked that up because I was like, wouldn't it be cool if they actually like put a little bit of actual history,
some sort of
in
historical
here?
basis for this?
I don't think that's correct. Unless it's a lost in translation thing, like a completely lost in translation thing. And I tried different spellings where it could have been like Lewis, or something with an R maybe, but like no, I don't think it's.
Oh, my machine gun is barely damaging this motherfucker. We're gonna have to use our explosives.
It's just their headcanon for France.
So I have to hold down a button, which locks the crosshair on screen for the explosive weapon.
That's weird. That's a weird way to handle it.
And there is a recharge time on the secondary weapon as well, which does complicate things somewhat.
Yeah, that I figured out with the red marker underneath it.
Oh, so I noticed that you don't have health, you have time.
Yes, they merged both of those counters into one.
So, time crisis.
Yeah, in a sense. No, Time Crisis had separate health bars. What are you talking about, you goofball?
I thought Time Crisis 1 had...
No, that still has, health bars. There is another rail shooter that did, it was just time, but I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, tell me what I'm thinking. I thought it was... It's been too long since I played Time Crisis. Which is to say it's been like 2 years.
Slime Generator in chat says they were ahead of their time with the Twinkie femboy Nazis in between each... Okay, that's enough.
I mean, they were... They were doing... Oh my god, I can't remember the name of this thing.
Hetalia Axis Powers.
Thank you, Hetalia.
Frustrated by the frequent resistance of the Resistance, the French Resistance, by the way.
Well, you could have expected that.
The Führer ordered the strengthening of security in the cities under his control and the wiping out of the Resistance. In particular, in Luz, he was so thorough that he even dispatched an infantry battalion after confirming the presence of the powerful underground organization Angel's Wings. However, after the occupying forces of Luz withdraw, the activities of Angel's Wing intensified, and in response, the power of the Resistance began to expand in various places. We're affecting real change here in the war.
I find it weird. It's like
Praxis.
The history is not being told like the history of the war. It's like the history of what happened to the Axis, specifically.
Frontline Base 01, located north of Luz, it is a forward base used by both the Air Force and the Army. It is considered a strategically important military facility as a supply route for aircraft heading towards Africa and the Mediterranean. Let's blow it the fuck up. Why don't we?
Right.
Now.
Who we killing this time? Colonel Sanders defected.
Steinzepp Leydoof Brigade. Major Heinrich Riedrich Cooligan. Let's see his bio. He was an Air Force ace in World War I and was shot down 5 times. That's not an ace. That guy sounds like he sucks. Miraculously surviving each time, but injuries sustained in battle forced him to retire from the front lines. Later, at the request of the military, he became the commander of the Luftwaffe's fighter corps. But due to repeated clashes with the command center, he was demoted to major. So this guy's been demoted. This guy sucks. He ain't gonna be
Put him in a tank.
Yeah, I guess the stuff on his head, some of it looked like veins, but some of it I think was supposed to be scars, but it was
It's a little hard to tell at 320 by 240 resolution.
Yeah. I also realized they're shooting you with blue bullets.
Yeah, so they show up on screen.
Yeah.
There's a lot of enemies who show up in the distance in this. I don't love this, when enemies show up and are barely discernible on your monitor.
Yeah, with PlayStation 1 resolution, that's a little mean.
Luckily, I have a machine gun, so there ain't no stopping me. I can just hold down this trigger, and if you let your ammo deplete, it takes extra long to reload it, whereas if you just let go of the machine gun before the ammo depletes, it instantaneously reloads. So it's a punishment for holding down the trigger too long.
Oh, okay, so no reload button, interesting. Oh, I guess there wouldn't be room for it. I forget the AB buttons are technically one button on the G-Con 45.
Oh, we have fighter planes incoming.
Huh? Were they actually flapping their wings there? What's going on?
I don't think they were. I think that's just limited resolution again. Yeah. Blame zoning. Range out means that I missed with my explosive weapon, and it traveled the maximum distance possible before detonating and damaging absolutely no one. So you generally want to avoid that. This game sure loves to linger on some of these screens.
Now, far be it from me to get political during a World War II game, but I'm trying to remember who did this. This was like several years ago. There was some American conservative type. I don't know if he was like a commentator or if he was actually a member of Congress or running for Congress or something, but he visited Germany and was taking photos at a bunch of war sites, and the doofus kept referring to Hitler as Führer in his captions. Bad. It's like, you don't do that. Like, that's almost like saying, you know, I'm here seeing where my best bud.
Führer, yeah.
Yeah. I don't
By the
remember
way,
who
please keep an eye on chat for
idiot
me.
was,
I'm so
yeah.
fixated on this game that I can't. Yeah.
Yeah, video game can say the soldiers move unusually fast onto the screen, especially since they don't appear to be moving their legs. My guess, they're pushing, their commander officer is giving them a real firm push from off screen. Yeah, there's kind of like just a fling them onto the screen.
No,
I
asshole, you don't even get. You're so much of a fuck up. You don't even get the tank. Get on there.
I guess I'll.
Do you have limited lives or continues?
Oh, fuck this. I'll just not. I'll not miss the missiles here. We're here for expediency, not necessarily for the most accurate, hardware-accurate playthrough.
Yeah, the missiles take up a lot of time.
Oh my god, that's so brutal! Did you see that?
It's 75 seconds per hit, so you really can't let more than like 1 or 2 get you. It is fascinating that, like, outside of it being in a 3D engine, it looks like it's made how 2D rail shooters were made.
Pretty much.
Like the very static shots and the way the camera moves and the way the characters come like in and out on the screen. But you do get time back for kills, so you might be
like Go-Go 13 on NES. Phew. And now it's back away from that.
The Colonel?
Okay, now they get to use their legs. Look at them go.
You know, I call him the Colonel because I'm sticking with the Colonel Sanders thing, but I do remember that he got demoted to Major. Which, is Colonel above Major?
Oh, I don't know military rank. This game's sick, though, right? Like, you at least agree that...
I like that pattern there, just left, right, left, right.
Slime Generator said stuff in chat.
You want to read it?
No. Target on the stage.
Yeah. Do I use the grenade as
yes, Hunter at request I don't read that.
But yeah, for like, you know, this flash-based aiming tracking to have this like hold to shoot system, like that's. I wonder how well that, or not well, that works on real hardware.
Probably not great. This game is pretty lowly rated. This is one of those bad games I've heard so much about here on the Bad Game Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I don't. There's something about the 3D in this game that looks like 2D. It's animated in such a weird way.
It looks like it might as well be like scalar graphics, right?
Yeah, like the way those fins fold down.
Do you think this is an alternate universe World War II game where like the world works on in time rules? Remember that movie In Time?
Oh, with Justin Timberlake? Yeah. Where it should have been called Just in Time?
Yeah. You know, like your Guntu has a watch on him. He gets hit by a tank shell, and it's like, oh god, that was like 2 minutes.
That movie's very silly, but it is fun to watch.
I remember watching that on Thanksgiving Day on a TV, at a family member's house for a family party, and not hearing any of the dialogue because it was on mute. But, you know, generally absorbing the movie and being like, wow, this movie sucks.
I mean, now, believe it or not, I have not seen that movie.
Oh, no, you don't say. Missed too many missiles.
Yeah.
We're just going to
God,
cheat here, folks. Sorry.
But the conceit of that movie is just so hacky to me.
You don't say.
Like, I can defend hacky. I can defend quote.
This is brutal. Are you kidding me? How am I supposed to shoot all these fucking missiles? While also trying to damage the boss itself.
Yeah, this is...
Oh, thank God.
Oh, we survived in the stop time at the end.
Time manipulation.
It's so weird how 80s the music is in this.
So I can see why this game was pretty lowly rated in its time, but, I mean, I disagree. The Führer, feeling that his own forces were in a worsening position after a series of reports from the Southern Front, proposed a Mediterranean defense line plan, which included the construction of a Mediterranean fortress group, and gave strict orders to build the defense line until the time of the coming counterattack, and blah, 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 yada, 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 and so on and so forth. I don't know if I need to read all of these in full, necessarily.
Military stuff happened.
Well, I got an A rank on that. That's all that matters to me. I need to quickly run to the bathroom if that's all right. Can you vamp for just, like, literally a minute?
All right.
All right.
Folks,
I know Cass is gone. Yeah, you go ahead.
I was going to say some show note stuff that the podcast just finished getting edited.
Oh yeah,
our most recent episode, so that should be going up very soon. And also, come Monday, 2 days from now, we are debuting the new Casual Mondays, I think we're calling it, thing, where it's just going to be us playing, like, what the hell ever. So join us for that. Also, just so you know, VODs for that won't be up on the YouTube. They'll be here on Twitch, but they'll also be available to our patrons on Patreon. So yeah, good stuff coming up. Johnny, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, I know Cass is not here, saying that he didn't think this game was that bad. I wonder how they would feel without the rewind with that last segment though. Because if that was
yeah,
you know.
that's the thing I always like tell them is like when they like do rewind stuff. I know for the show, rewind is fine. We gotta keep the show moving.
Yeah, but the show.
We were playing stuff outside of the show, and like rewind comes up, and they're like, "Oh, that wasn't so bad." And it's like, try it without the rewind.
I am back, and I hear you talking shit about me.
I also talked good about you before that, and I plugged the Patreon, so...
Thank you. Colonel Heinz Lewitton, commander of the 1st Tank Regiment. Let's see his bio. A tank battle pro, he demonstrated outstanding tank tactics in 2 battles. What are those battles? The Battle of Barbarossa and the Kurzuk Tournament. He was highly respected.
Did World War II have a tournament arc?
Yeah, you see, you break it up into the Normandy arc and the highly respected for his delicate yet bold command skills. It was nicknamed the Wolf of the North, along with the Wolf of the Desert. Okay, there we go. Oh, I remember this stage now. This is just a boss stage.
Oh, target on the stage already.
Mm-hmm. And your machine gun does no damage. I'll still keep shooting, though, just because.
I wouldn't expect it with the visual fidelity of this game, but for having all that backstory and the portraits with the bosses, it's a shame they don't like pop out the tanks and taunt you and shit like that.
Oh, that would be sick. Yeah.
Like they get out the music cuts because they can't have 2 audio tracks going at the same time. They give some sort of taunt and then they get back in. The music starts. Just last alert, the first-person shooter is what I want.
I mean, I play the shit out of a Last Alert first-person shooter. Are you kidding me? We'll do Last Alert on the show someday, folks.
Yeah.
You can see
really
we're
trying.
Where's that tank going?
fucking out of here. They recognize that Guntu
Hey,
is too
stop.
severe a threat.
Oh wow, that one still hit you apparently.
It happens. So I need to destroy these tanks flanking the primary target if I want to have any hope of surviving this onslaught.
Yeah.
It's a very tactical stage as you wait for your explosives to regenerate.
I love this synchronized information movement they do.
Average War Thunder match here. Average World Tanks. What? Okay, it's... Which is the game, in particular, that always gets the military leaks
World of
happening
Tanks.
because people... It's World of Tanks, yeah. I love that. I love the fact that there's a game that if you work on the game, like, you have to deal with the fact that your fan base is going to leak military secrets at you.
That comes with the territory, don't you know?
No, okay, people are saying War Thunder is the game that gets
It's
the leaks.
both.
Okay.
I think it happens in both of them. Any
I
mill
think
sim
it happens
type
in both,
game.
but I think one of them is more infamous for it than the other.
I could have sworn World of Tanks was the one.
Who knows? You're right, though. That I think it's both of them. Also, Video Game King picked up where I left off earlier, trying to find correlation between weird old stuff and what this game is saying. And yeah, it seems like this is just making stuff up. Again, I think it would have been cool if this early... Actually, when did this come out again?
1997.
This middle life cycle ass PlayStation 1 game was actually like, you know what? Let's care about historical accuracy. I think that would have been cool for this, but
Would have been fucking
no.
boring.
No, it would have been cool for the sake of like them like trying to aim for something, them trying to like be like, you know what? Let's actually give a shit about this.
Oh
Not
my
to say they
God,
didn't
stop
actually
spawning
give a
more
shit about
tanks.
this.
Let me destroy the main tank. This is brutal.
I do find something funny though about the idea of having real world history headcanon. It's like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna make up my OC, my secret law about France.
Who won the
That's
war
a-
single-handedly, mind you.
that's a
Basically,
lot-
what Assassin's Creed would become, basically.
I was gonna say that's a lot of what World War II games like are like.
You ever play Sniper Elite? Yeah. shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
How many times
Like,
have
I
you killed
just
Hitler
finished
in that
Resistance.
game? Yeah.
I just finished Resistance, so. Now, granted, the Kill Hitler is always non-canonical DLC, so.
But it's DLC that people buy. Because people love killing
Because
Hitler.
you
and
want-
why shouldn't
you
they?
want to kill
Yeah.
Hitler?
Man, I know both of you have... I don't know how cognizant you were to it. I know you both lived through it, but the World War II era first-person shooters where every first-person shooter was
Yes.
just a World War II shooter, where we were not yet brave enough to tackle modern military quagmires.
Oh no, I definitely remember. I remember renting. Which Medal of Honor was it? It was the one where they made a big hullabaloo about their Normandy landing level.
Front
Their opening
lines.
level. Front lines, yeah. I remember renting that off of the hype of the magazines talking about how impressive the Normandy landing level was. And to be fair, it was a good game.
Yeah, for the
Good
time, that
level.
shit was, like, incredibly impressive. I mean,
Yeah.
Allied Assault on PC did it a little better, if I recall correctly, because it had the power of PC versus the power of the PS2 or whatever. And that was always the one that I, flocked to because I was always a PC gamer. But even, like, playing Frontlines and doing that Normandy invasion, which I think is the first level of the PS2 game, where you have to wait for it a little bit
It is.
more in the PC version, was sick.
Yeah, all my friends are dying around me. This shit is sick.
This shit rules.
I mean,
Untold casualties.
My go-to when I think of a level in a World War II game that really stands out to me, or a mission in a World War II game that stands out to me, is the original Call of Duty, the first level in the Russian campaign. And I think I talked about this on the show recently, but like you play I think you play the American and the British campaigns in that game, and those have like a very standard start. Like, you are army guy, you have been trained, you are, going in with your squad, and you're doing like normal army guy shit. The Russian campaign starts, and you're just being shipped off with a bunch of guys. No one has anything. And your commander's like, all right, half of you are getting guns, and half of you are getting ammo. If you have ammo, pick up a gun from someone who got shot to death. If you have a gun, find ammo from someone who got shot to death. Good
I know
luck.
that's a common trope in World War II media that covers the Russian front. I'm not sure about the historical accuracy of that. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the Soviets in World War II were basically just putting their troops into a meat grinder and hoping for the best. But
it was a very standout level. That's the one that I always think about, because like you start with the ammo, so you don't even have the comfort of like at least holding an empty gun in there and being like, well, I'll find ammo eventually and I can shoot somebody. You go out there like, oh, I got nothing, and you just got to move forward.
Yeah, the one of the PS2 ones kept that level, and I remember back in the day, like, that's very different from what Medal of Honor was doing at the time, to go that kind of bleak with things.
But it paid off though, because I mean that's a very memorable section of that campaign. I should have used that missile on the tank rather than the cars flanking it.
Wait! How is the tank doing this?
Skillfully.
My tank.
My tank is fight.
That tank's a lowrider.
It's got those hydraulics in it.
It's got this rhythm to it as well.
It's doing that mini game from San Andreas.
Oh, brutal. Okay, I think I see what I need to do here. I need to blow up these cars, otherwise I'm absolutely fucked.
Oh, Magic Meows brings up, hello, my baby. Hello, my honey.
Okay, let's not run out of ammo either, because that'll fuck us over as well.
That'd be more eerie appropriate.
Oof.
Is this
Blow
the Charleston?
up.
I haven't seen the Charleston. Maybe this is the Charleston.
For all I know. Yeah, this game is impossible without cheating, by the way. I don't know if that's been established or not. But this is a hard-ass game. Come on, let me have my explosive.
Yeah, and this has been going a while, this one.
Not my favorite stage in this game, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Oh, I ran out of ammo.
That's bullshit. That missile missed you. Anyway.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, this is... Okay, let's rewind a lot more. Give me 100 seconds on the clock, at least. Yeah.
0, right? When it's 0? Okay.
Yeah. It's... I'll say it's kind of the flaw of having it be just time-based, because you can lose enough time where there's no way to win, but you're still playing for like a minute.
Yeah, I need to rewind even further, because this is straight up ridiculous.
I know, like, missiles are the only real... You said missiles are the only real way to take out that tank, right?
Yes, but I need to also use my missiles on these cars to avoid taking this crazy damage.
That's what I was thinking, because, like...
Okay, let me get to the start of this section. I'm sorry to keep rewinding for folks, but something's got to give here. Okay, let's try it like this. Blowing up those missiles. Whenever we have...
Also, I forgot for a moment, I'm not even watching, like, the live stream of this. I'm watching, like, the past stream.
Okay, well, you can at least take out these jeeps with the machine gun, it looks like.
Yeah. But it takes so long. You have to expend so much time on these fucking things.
Well, if you don't kill them, then they make you spend way more time.
Oh yeah, and that's just a time check. That's just, did you not take care of them quickly enough? They're gonna drive into you.
I think the secret is take care of the cars first.
Yes.
Use heavy artillery on those. Do what you have to do to make sure they go away. And then I ran out of ammo, so I need to not run out of ammo, because then I can't shoot these incoming missiles.
Ran out of ammo.
Oh.
And then another one pulls up? That's so mean.
I think it replaced that one. Like, I don't even think you blew up that one before it just merged in.
I really don't like that the missiles that are not technically hitting the screen space count as damaging you.
Okay, took care of that.
Yeah, that car's gonna...
I don't care. As long as I can blow up this tank. As long as I get one more missile in time, I should be able to blow this fucker up. I ran out of machine gun ammo because I forgot to let go of the trigger in time. There we fucking go! Ay, ay, ay! That's so wild! I mean, again, I get why this game is pretty lowly rated, why it's not considered particularly excellent entry in the PlayStation Pantheon, but again, it's got moxie. Even if this level fucking straight up sucks. Okay.
I want to see a 1cc clear of this.
From materials obtained by intelligence agencies tasked with collecting confidential Allied information, the Führer became convinced that a large-scale Allied landing operation was imminent. That's Normandy! And he identified the Allied landing site based on the fighting that had taken place at Yonne, near Normandy, and the defeat of the 1st Tank Regiment in the Stein Zeppelin Ledouf Brigade while deploying at Loos. The commander in charge of the defense of northern France also called for the expansion of military forces in Normandy, but the Führer, who owned plans of controlling the West and defense line in the Mediterranean, had both ended in failure, was not in a position to make a confident decision. That's right, we're dissuading Hitler. We're making Hitler less confident by the fucking level here. Dumpressa redeemed to say something nice. This game is fucking sick. I mean, people talk about games where you just get to mow down Nazis and how cathartic that is. I mean, that's this. I mean, I fucking love it. It's awesome playing a World War II shooter again. I mean, that's what the appeal of all those World War II shooters back in the day was, all those first-person shooters. That's why that wave lasted so long, because everyone loves fucking shooting Nazis. Everyone loves murdering Nazis by the fucking score. And this game is a celebration of that.
I got a question for you, but I'm going to wait until we get through, like, the text here.
Sure. The cliffs leading to the fortress, or leading to the entrance to the fortress, the architectural techniques employed were amazing, and were once said to be the limit of what stonemasons could do, and they left their mark as works of art in this military installation.
Oh, okay. I thought we were going to Normandy, but...
Not yet. If ever. Oh, look at this meanie! What's his name? I hit that button.
He
wrong
straight up
button.
looks like one of the villains from
Major
Wolfenstein
General
Youngblood.
Karl Wolfgang. You don't say. A self-made soldier who began as a private in World War I, fought on the battlefield, steadily accumulated military merits, and rose to the rank of Major General in this war, the Second World War. Perhaps the reason his subordinates were known for their bravery and courage was due to his popularity, as he was always concerned about those fighting on the front lines. Good luck.
So, once Modern Warfare came out, Call of Duty 4, I think everyone kind of realized, like, whoa, wait, we can do this? We can make this kind of game? Okay, let's make this kind of game. And that was kind of when most of the World War II games stopped. We have seen, like, World War II games since then. We have never had, like, the wave that we did that existed prior to Modern Warfare. But would you say we ever had another moment where, like, multiple companies were trying to make World War II a thing again?
Sure, Sniper Elite was going on at the same time that Enemy Front came out, and I think there was a couple other contemporaries on the market. Don't forget that Call of Duty went back to World War II at a certain point. That Battlefield tried to mix things up by going back to World War I, the Great War of all wars. Yeah, we tried to bring back nostalgia.
It was like a very brief, like, return, for like a few years.
Yeah, I think of things like, you know, Call of Duty World War and Battlefield 5, stuff like that. But I see those are years and years apart, and I see a lot of those World War II games that came out after Modern Warfare be like singular things.
There was wait, there was the Call of Duty World War that came out late around the same time.
World War II,
that came out around the same time as Battlefield 5.
Okay, because that's what I was wondering, was like moments, because I can't remember it too clearly. I was trying to think of, like, in Cass answered already, but yeah, a moment where it seemed like multiple companies at the same time were like, let's try World War II again. Let's try and, like, capture that lightning in a bottle some more.
What did I do wrong
here?
It
was Yeah, it was that brief period, kind of. What was that? Would that be like 2016, 17-ish? Feel like?
Give or take, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was also there was that brief time. I feel like because of Titanfall, where a bunch of the shooters were then going, actually, we're gonna do like further into the future stuff for a while.
Oh,
and
God,
then
wait.
like the Call of Duty Space one came out, and then that kind of crashed.
No, it
the whole
never.
thing.
The Call of Duty Space one never came out. That's the prototype that got
no,
leaked.
The other Space
Infinite
one.
Warfare.
Yeah, Infinite Warfare. Yeah,
Ah, okay.
the one with Jon Snow in it or whatever.
Also, by the way, do you remember Call of Duty Vanguard?
No one does.
Does anyone remember Call of Duty
I know-
Vanguard?
I know that name, but I couldn't tell you anything about it.
It's World
It's
War
a
II.
World War II one.
Yeah,
It's
no,
not.
that's-
It's the World War II one that isn't called Call of Duty World War II.
Yeah, that,
Like, no one gave a as far as I can tell, no one gave a shit about that game.
Look, I love Call of Duty. I could not give a fuck less about that game. I just never bothered. It struck absolutely
Also-
no interest in me.
I also have to say, speaking of striking absolutely no interest, I have tried playing Call of Duty World War II like 2 or 3 times, and I just can't get into that one. Like, I don't know what it is, but it just doesn't feel very good. It had the set pieces are just ridiculous. Like the train is ridiculous.
One of these days, I will do my dream segment on our stream, where I play through every Call of Duty game, where I just have an excuse to play every Call of Duty, and be like, audience, come along for the ride. I swear, these games are cool. I mean, yeah, they're completely pro-military industrial complex, but on the other hand, they're sick.
Speaking of, because it's related to this, what would you say is the best World War II shooter game? And I'll say shooter just to make it a bit more broad.
Probably Call of Duty 2. Sorry, I'm gonna be liberally rewinding here as I try to survive this boss encounter. This game's tough, folks. You try playing for yourself. If you don't like our rewinding, you fucking play this.
Hell yeah, real hardware.
I don't know. Battlefield was also very special. Battlefield 1942 was also like a moment in history.
Yeah.
Where
yeah.
it felt like this is like what all games should be. I don't know. Like I'm the FPS lover here. In case folk don't know, in case folk don't watch any of our other programming, like the only genre I truly love is the first-person shooter. That and the rail shooter, which we're playing now, but you know, which is first-person shooting to a certain extent.
Yeah. I don't think I have a good answer for favorite World War II shooter. Just because like a lot of them are just real close in my mind. Like Call of Duty 1 and 2, like Battlefield 1942, even though they're very different types of games. Like I remember really liking Medal of Honor Frontlines. Honestly, I really like Sniper Elite Resistance. I know Cass is not a fan of Sniper Elite.
I'm contractually obligated to hate it because of the Rebellion connection and them being my mortal enemy, my sworn fucking adversary in this world, the entire development studio.
But like Sniper Elite Resistance, when I played through that recently, that was a game that felt like catharsis, and not just for the shooting Nazis part. Just for like the slow, methodical pace that you could take that game at. Like I really enjoyed the aspect of like there's an entire army in this town and they are the ones in trouble because I'm here.
Sure. I mean, I definitely get that
that's
same
good
vibe
ones.
from Medal of Honor. You know, I can definitely hit up that high in any other number of games, but
It's that, but also the fact that they don't even know I'm coming. They don't even know how fucked they are.
Steinsvelde Brigade were left isolated and helpless, were destroyed along with the fortress Florence Leorg Chevalier. I'll take their word for it. Rank A. This is the last mission of this game. 6 missions. No printing!
Don't screenshot this.
It is a special fortress that was constructed in extreme secrecy, and even few within the military are aware of its existence. When it is predicted that the Allied forces will land in Normandy, a third Dora will be waiting to launch an attack from the west with a giant railway gun. Not on my fucking watch, not on Guntu's fucking watch.
We're going up against an Ace Combat final boss.
Oh my god, look at this fucking guy! What's his name? Baron von Evilschmidt? Major General Rudolf von Diedrich. Let's hear his bio. A demon from a young age. From the beginning of the war, he emerged as a strategist and a staff officer of the army. However, due to his extraordinary foresight, few of the operations he proposed were carried out in their entirety. In anticipation of an Allied landing operation, he was put in charge of operating the huge railguns at Fort Atlantic. Good luck!
Why does he have red glowing eyes? We'll never tell.
Nazi science. Oh, we're killing straight up SS now. Fuck yeah.
Oh,
That is a thing that gets kind of annoying
is that
after
the
a while.
Shadow
With,
back there?
like I told you, we're fighting Ace Combat bosses now. We're going after Megalith. That is a thing that gets kind of annoying about not only World War II fiction, but World War II TV shows and quote-unquote documentaries. Is because you talked about, you jokingly said his eyes are glowing red because of Nazi science. Like, the things that go on about, like, oh, the Nazis had all these great scientific things they were doing, and they were doing research into the occult, and they could have
Hitler and
had
the
so many
Spear of
weapons,
Destiny
like,
saga,
yeah, like, here's the thing. The Nazis were fucking stupid.
Yes.
Yeah.
In reality, they were morons.
I mean, we did poach their best scientists for at a certain point in time, but yeah, generally speaking, I'm believe it or not, I don't like these Nazi guys. I think there's something shady about them that I just can't quite cotton, that I can't quite condone.
Like, the idea of, like, for a video game's sake, the idea of, like, a super weapon or something is, you know, it raises stakes, it makes things exciting. But, you know, you see on TV sometimes, like, in these shows, they'll, like, come up with these, like, you know, Nazi super weapon things, which were dumb ideas. There are a reason they weren't built. Like, that gigantic-ass tank that was, like, the size of, like, several buildings was not built for a reason.
Yeah, all the ones they did build legit just didn't work.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Because they're too
But
heavy.
you'll see commentators on TV referencing, like, how genius they were, how frightening if they actually made these sexy machines.
That's the History Channel for you in the early 2000s.
There's an
Quinn
older
Reviews on YouTube did some
good
videos on that whole phenomenon before he transitioned to being a channel about
Nickelodeon
media for little
shows.
girls.
Yeah. I can't
Speaking
damage
of
the boss
that,
from this range, by the way.
I finished his dad's video today.
The Beverly Hillbillies video.
Hillbillies.
Yes.
Started it today and you finished it today.
yeah. Had to do some
You got that
shenanigans, but it worked out.
So I'm not in range of the final boss yet. I can launch an explosive and I'll get the range out message in a second here, which means that my missiles are not reaching and my machine gun fire does no damage. So we are inching slowly towards this this railgun.
Like, in a very literal sense, you're literally moving. Inch, stop.
One step forward.
Yeah.
Two Nazis back. Are we close enough yet? No, not yet.
Oh, that's take a lot of time off from these things.
I mean, I'm
So
happy to be killing this many Nazis, but
I have to keep reminding myself that I'm watching the past right now. I need to.
I mean, yeah, it's World War II. It's 1940s. That's like 70, 80 years in the past. Yeah, shit.
As much as I really like gun shooters and being on this show, I gotta think about something in terms of how much I cannot handle flashing lights. Because it makes these streams, like, rough.
Yeah.
Now imagine playing light gun games.
I don't know if those like blue light sunglasses would help. Maybe.
I mean, it's white light here.
Yeah, but
so,
it's still something to darken the image, I guess.
I could get like a dark like film to put over my television.
I fucked up. I salvaged it. Come on,
that's
be
real
in
mean.
range.
Okay, slime generator in chat says I have blue light glasses on. No, it doesn't do anything. That's what I would have figured.
Come on, please be close enough. There we go. Let's kill this fucker.
Something I noticed is some of its missiles shoot behind the UI, like the text up top, the timer and stuff. So sometimes it's really hard to see where shots are coming from. Shots, yeah. Maybe having on rails means it can't do much. Bad idea. Oh well. Whoa! What the fuck happened there?
Debris. Yeah.
Okay, I guess they were trying to do like a screen shake effect, but it just looked like your character like. Oh, what's that move where you like do your body in a circle? You go like woo. It just looked like that to me.
Move?
If you saw a visual of it, it makes sense.
You mean a somersault?
No. Like you're facing forward and you like do your head in a circle.
Headbang?
Nah, don't worry.
Like
No,
a
not
windmill
spinning.
headbang? What are you talking about?
Okay, draw a circle in front of you with your finger. And now imagine
Okay.
doing that with your. Now imagine doing that with your head.
Like a windmill headbang?
Well, no, because isn't
I
that
just like keeping your eyes like locked straight forward, like when
Yes.
you pick up a chicken and you move it around and its head doesn't move. Like relative to that, if you were just like
That's
stabilized
what
camera on the body.
Yeah, damn it. Yeah, Sharky's translate for me. I should have brought up the chicken. I don't know why I didn't.
Oh, look at how many missiles this thing is fucking launching.
What are these missiles? These weird geometric shapes.
The Nazi super weapon. They figured out how to make.
Polygons into weapons.
Yeah. I was trying to find a name for whatever shape that is.
Uh-oh. And then two from the top, and then missile. Without enemies popping up, without mobs popping up, this is actually relatively simple.
Yeah. Well, I remember watching you beat this final boss, and it seemed difficult.
Yeah, well, now I'm a little older, a little wiser.
Mm-hmm.
Have a little more time, perhaps.
A little more drunk, a little happier.
So I just read Slime's comment.
Well, read it to us. Let me know what was...
Yeah, sure.
Share it with the class. Oh, go ahead, Sharky.
Slime Jenner says, this explanation Johnny's giving sounds like when you tell someone what you would tell someone if you wanted to trick them into doing the blowjob motion with their head.
I would never. By the way, have you ever tried the salt trick?
Shut up!
You stick your tongue out, and you do the shaker, and you can taste the salt. It's real, chat. Try it. And do it on camera as well. It makes it even saltier.
We got this fucker dead to rights.
It's a shame there's no real, like, health indication.
I mean, it's your timer. Oh,
Yeah,
the
but-
enemy
No,
health?
Enemy health, yes.
Top
Sorry.
left.
There is, yeah. See target, HP.
Oh, okay. I don't know how I blanked on it. Oh, okay, it's just it's moving really slow.
Yeah, because it's the final boss that has a lot of health.
Yeah. I think it's because it disappears sometimes. So I
Yeah,
just
if you
wasn't
haven't
relying
damaged
on
it in a minute. Yeah. Boom, motherfucker! There we go. Although the Führer was certain that the Allied landing operation was imminent, he was hesitant to make any decisions himself when he received the news that Florence Leorg Chevalier had been annihilated. The Führer, enraged by the loss of both the fortresses and the giant railway guns, refused to send a relief force, suddenly dismissed the commander, and assigned the forces stationed in northern France to investigate the cause. The military headquarters was helpless in response to the sudden order from the Fuhrer, and dispersed the remaining forces and deployed them in Normandy. Naturally, this thinned defense line was not capable of withstanding an Allied landing. I think there's one more bit of text here that was... Let me double check here. Okay, no. I know there's one more line that I definitely want to read. As we celebrate winning the war single-handedly.
I love this Top Gun-esque music this game has.
Normandy was cool. Look at those fucking ships go. Thousands of lives lost. But boy howdy, the video games, folks.
Oh, we got an
Got my
actual
lighter in the
guitarist
air.
on this now.
This is actually the game that Steven Spielberg played, and he's like, well, we gotta do our own. Let me commission a series called Medal of Honor. This is the music that our boys in the Pacific are listening to as they...
Yeah. You can tell it's here appropriate too, because the footage is black and white.
Yeah, sold. Think about it. All these planes, boats, none of them compare to a single dude with a gun. Staff? There's supposed to be a message about Guntu.
Yeah.
Is it after the credits? It must be.
Maybe.
Although I will say something while these credits roll.
Please.
That I have an idea to make this night viewable for me. So I'm going to step away for a little bit.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to go to my car and get my sunglasses, so I'll be back.
Well, while Charky's doing that, I'm going to hit this screen.
Oh wow, those were very short credits.
Well, then credits are still going.
Yeah.
Satoshi Kawase and his additional guitar.
I hope this is him shredding. It's funny to me that they got an actual guitar player for the credits, but the game was all MIDI guitars.
Oh, Bugsy Hayasaka. Brilliant mind, a brilliant directorial vision. This game rules. There's supposed to be... Hold on, what did I miss? I might need to rewind to before the credits and see if I missed a text screen. There's supposed to be a screen that explains how Guntu's record was never officially recognized in the records, but... Unless it's... Okay, here we fucking go.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, in the early hours of June 6, 1944, Allied forces launched Operation Overlord, taking the first step toward ending the long war. Behind the success of Operation Overlord was the active play of the U.S. Army Special Forces, but the name Guntu does not appear anywhere during the war, nor in the official records of the Allied forces after the war ended. These motherfuckers took their due credit away from Guntu. Guntu single-handedly won this fucking war! And this history forgot him. You are number one. Entry your name. With pleasure.
Oh, hold on. Video King says if you enter as Guntu, you get the level select.
Well, you get the level select when you beat the game.
Oh, okay.
Oops, hold on. I see how this works. You shoot in the center. You shoot left to go... Oh, fuck. Tough name entry.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm trying to remember how
Fuck yeah.
How did Time Crisis do it?
Bad and Bugsy. And now, before we move on to our next game, let me just show some quick differences here. Let's go to config, let's go to weapon select, let's go with the special weapon, why don't we?
Oh.
And if we go to game start here, Here's your level select.
Oh, okay. Yeah, game FQ is just on that one, it seems. It happens.
Let's kill this guy again. Let's see what our special weapon is in this scenario. Oh, it's just like a smart bomb that just straight up detonates everything on the screen, but it takes...
Oh, that reloads very quickly, actually. I think that reloads quicker than the normal gun.
That's pretty good. I don't know how much damage it does to like tanks and the like, but
Yeah.
seems pretty effective to me. All right, if we press A and B on the light gun, we can go back to menu. Game over, yeah. And let's see what that other weapon is. Just to sate my own curiosity.
Oh yeah, is it the custom? Yeah.
They don't let me customize it at all, so... Oh, I have to shot the picture, sorry. Let's see what this looks like. Oh, it's like explosive shells, basically. So you still have rapid auto fire on it. It probably does very little damage, all things told. It probably takes a while to reload, but I can see how this might be someone's preference.
Oh no, the reload was really quick on it.
No, look how few bullets we have. This is the actual reload time. Which is still quicker.
How do you load more bullets back in now?
You wait. You just straight up wait for the timer. Like I'm holding down I'm not shooting right now, but I'm holding down the special button so you can see how slowly it actually takes.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. In certain levels, that could be really painful.
Oh my god, there's so little damage to the vehicles here. It does basically as much damage as just using the machine gun, so I can't see how that's effective in any universe. Yeah, that's bad, actually. So yeah, probably just stick with the default. It's not ideal in some levels, but it's better than the alternatives, I suppose. That's Guntu Western Front June 1944 Tetsu no Kioku. And it is a banger, to be sure. Sharky, you back yet? I'm going to take that as a no. We're going to load our next game of the night tonight. This one takes us from 1997 all the way back to 1984. This is Cheyenne. This is an Exidy-developed arcade game from 1984. And it is... Okay, so Exidy, folk may know them from...
She's beautiful.
Thanks for that, Viding King. Folk may know Exidy for their game Chiller. This is contemporaneous to that to some extent, but without the gratuitous gore and horrors that came with Chiller in particular. They were putting out a few light gun games around this time, and this is the Wild West themed one, so I felt it was within my wheelhouse to play this. And I think this is one of those games that doesn't actually end, so we'll stop playing it when we run out of unique stages, when we run out of unique configurations. But played a little bit of this one at some point in time, and I think this game is kind of neat. I mean, again, I'm a sucker for the theme, so ultimately, like, I'm a biased party in this, but...
No, I don't think I've played any rail shooters that are this old.
Yeah, they don't necessarily like
3D
move
focused,
around. You're not
yeah.
like getting like cinematic camera in the same way that you know, modern games starting from Virtua Cop. That was really the first rail shooter that is identifiable as a like 3D rail shooter that has like a very cinematic framing to it. Like, because previous rail shooters were like belt scroller shooters, where it was just basically horizontal scrolling, where you move from left to right and whatnot. A little bit of a preview. I was hoping there would be attract sounds here so I can level out the volume. How Do I Even Exist asks, are major studios still making Western-themed games? Oh, there's a little game by the name of Red Dead Redemption you may have heard of.
Yeah.
And it's Squeakquel Red Dead Redemption
Yeah.
2, starring
I mean, granted,
Buster Badshot.
Yeah.
The only modern Western game you need is Call of Juarez Gunslinger.
Goddamn right. All right, let's put a coin in this.
All right, I got my sunglasses. Let's see if that does anything. The lights in the room are on.
Oh, beautiful digitized audio, yes. Oh, the Petticoat Junction's in this.
Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to adjust this volume a little bit. Let's do minus 10 decibels. Actually, make it 11. Okay. Oh, it chose a gang for me while I was busy doing that.
There's Dr. Phil and...
I don't want to hear that music. Oh, he's fine, now. Folks. Don't worry about it.
It just knocked him out for a sec.
So this is a classic light gun game where the targets are way too small.
Yeah, those are really tiny.
Where machines did not have the precision necessary for this sort of thing. Oh, we got all two. So the people in flashing shirts are the ones that you really need to target, the ones that are important. Because those are your
The piano music sounded like it would be the battle music in an RPG Maker game that Tumblr would be absolutely like
obsessed
wild
with.
About. Yeah.
Oh, did you catch all those names here? Let's go ahead and pause this. We have Buffalo Breath, Running Bull, Geronimo, the legend, and Running Nose. I'll just let that linger for a second.
Wait, are we that little guy down below, or is that just some random guy shooting off?
No, we are the fellow with the white hat on.
Okay, that is us then.
This is pretty novel.
Collateral.
Remember, this is 1984, and I mean, this might not be the most advanced thing you've seen, not even the most advanced for 1984, but boy howdy, they were trying. Oh. Are they gonna let me retry that? They're giving me partial credit for it. I'm gonna try to play this one legit as possible, with minimal rewinding. It's not as bullshit as Guntu. It's still pretty tough. Especially with like having to shoot bullets out of the air.
It's also not quite as much flash on the screen as Guntu.
Take it where you can get it.
Yeah.
All right,
I didn't say it, but
I am wearing sunglasses. I have put the TV on darkest settings, on low power mode.
Fuck that! I'm cheating.
Low power mode with the brightness turned to 0 and the contrast turned to 0, and it is barely tolerable.
This is brutal. I take it back. This game is as brutal as fucking Guntu is, just in a different way, in a slightly different way. The arrows.
King, the answer is yes to your question.
If the flaming arrows do hit your wagon, you can put it out by shooting the bucket here, which is a nice little feature. And if bullets don't hit you, if you see the bullets that are traveling across the screen and they don't actually hit your guy, then they won't hurt you. So you do have to keep an eye on, like, collision to some extent.
Something funny about, you've got the wanted guys you're going after, but everyone else is also just a problem that you're having to deal with. Even the birds.
I mean, you're getting paid for them, just not as much as the Elvira, Lotta Love, and Slewfoot Sue.
They didn't have a cure for Slewfoot back in the day.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
Okay,
is this stage... Okay, did I fuck up my TV with all these settings, or is this stage supposed to be, like, unviewable?
It's relatively dark. If you shoot the lanterns at the top, it increases the brightness.
It's very grey, though, this area.
Oops, got run over by that minecart. Let's try that again.
As far as I can tell, you're just walking on a black screen with 3 lights.
It's not that dark.
Yeah.
No, for me it is.
Well, it's with your sunglasses on. Yeah, sure, I guess.
Might have gone there. I'm not going to be too far through places.
So this is a game that absolutely asks a lot of you, especially for 84 and with the fidelity of light guns and the resolution of the screen. This is probably a bit too much for the era, but with the benefit of like a modern lens and understanding of where the rail shooter genre, the light gun technology would go. It's pretty forward thinking. It's giving you a lot of content.
Yeah.
Magic Meows asked, did Cass miss Sharky explain that they put their TV at 0% brightness, 0% contrast? I didn't miss that. I just didn't figure it would be that fucking bad.
Why does my TV have a noise reduction setting unless it's set to medium by default? What is... That can't be good.
Slime Generator asking about a game where you play as indigenous people killing cowboys. That's kind of what Neversoft's Gun was.
Kind of, sort of, but not really.
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed 3.
Oh, well, I'll find out at some point.
Skeletons!
Oh, Headless Horseman.
Luckily, you don't have to worry about reloading in this game. You just keep on shooting.
I don't know who that was.
I think it's the Undertaker. I think they throw a shovel at you if you don't shoot them quick enough.
Okay, what it is, Video Game King, is that the protagonist in Gun is at least like half or something Native American. I think.
I think you're right. Loco LaRue, Cisco Disco, and Pancho Hancho. Very authentic Western names.
Yeah. I'm really impressed with the digitized audio, though. I wasn't expecting that for 84.
I mean, sampled speech did exist. They took up a lot of your capacity.
Sampled speech, yeah, but like, for example, like the cart noise and using like the little piano music and stuff.
Well, you can do that digitized. You can do that with just.
Oh
like...
yeah. It's just for 84, I was surprised. It's not like a complete noise and mess.
What I appreciate about this game is that having an understanding of like game design, you know, like, okay, you see this object in the background here, you know someone's gonna pop out from behind it, right? So you can at least predict where people are gonna show up, and that gives you the chance to shoot them before they throw their weapon at you. So if you have like an understanding of how game design works, you can sort of predict the twists and turns and spots where you need to be preemptively aiming here. Which is how you get good at rail shooters, by the way, for folk who have ever been curious, how people like know where every enemy is going to pop up. It's not all memorization. It's just an intuitive understanding of like, okay, if they put an object in the foreground here, there's going to be someone who shows up behind it at some point, inevitably. It's also why I don't get scared playing survival horror, because I know, like, okay, the camera's cut into this angle, I can expect someone from around this corner here or what have you.
All right. I have now I found ways to make it even darker.
Great,
so,
that's going to help you.
Good news is that the bright flashes are far less bright now. Bad news is
everything looks black.
Yeah, the bad news is now the flashes are literally the only thing I can see.
That doesn't sound super useful. I'll be honest with you. I'll level with you, Chark. It doesn't sound like a great system for this.
I can't believe you're shooting all these critters.
It's that or get a migraine.
Suffer for your art. Nah, don't do that. Do what you gotta do.
I'm gonna go back to like watching the stream itself, so I'll just be a little back in time.
That's fine. There's nothing really urgent happening here. Trixie McDixie. Sad to see her go.
I do need to change all these settings back, though. Oh, that's better / worse. Good.
That
noise.
That's close.
That noise reduction.
God, I'm good. Let's take on those Sycamore boys.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say just the dirty dogs.
We'll get to them in time. They'll have their day. Willie Mackett, Orson Buggy, and Loco Rivera. And you see at this point, they do start recycling the stages, the backdrops.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
put different enemies in, different counts of enemies. And scale up the difficulty. As indicated by this guy who shoots me before I even have a chance to fucking react to it. Let's cheat that one a little bit, because that's straight up impossible.
It's something about that
Oh
being
my
your player
God.
character, but with like shooting from the first person perspective. Okay. It's a weird choice.
Yeah, there's some really tough scenes. I'm gonna let the outlaw get away on this one because it's that's a legitimately very tough stage. You may notice that we have all this gold on us in the bottom left corner. We have 18,450 bars of gold, and we can choose to cash that in to ensure that we have a high score on the high score list when we're on that stage selection screen. I just have not chosen to do that as of yet, but I should, because these stages are getting harder by the stage, by the second. Again, I have to congratulate XD for having a decent amount of complexity for 1984. Like, think about what games were coming out in 1984, folks. And then to see this, which is, you know, we can look at this now and be like, oh, this framing here is pretty simple. You know, ultimately what it is like 7 stages repeated with different enemies occasionally, but it still feels like a pretty content-rich game for the era. Feels like a lot of variety on offer. We're killing Crazy Horse?
Yay! Oh! People throwing chairs on stages.
Ugh! What's that buffalo doing in this bar? Well, I got one of the 4.
He's getting a drink. What do you think? That's what everyone's doing in this bar.
You still get a lot of points for shooting the piano player. That's
Shut that
Wait,
Yeah, I'm
music
surprised
off.
they don't deduct points for doing that.
No, they don't care about you killing innocent people in this. You can shoot the bartender who tosses the glasses before they toss their glasses.
Yeah, that's my headcanon, is that, yeah, you're going after these wanted posters, but no one in town actually likes you.
You and your stupid hat.
They'd rather you not.
It is so hard shooting those bullets out of the air.
Oh, I just realized you were shooting a moose on the wall.
Yeah, it gets you points every time you shoot it. And we are going for points here. Okay, at this point we've seen every stage. Let me cash in my gold.
Yeah.
That's a lot of points. Now let's see how long we can go on this last credit before we move on to our next game. Oh wait, no, we didn't see this stage yet.
Oh yeah, there you go.
This is a pretty tough one too. It's just happening all over
this. This is kind of a Morhoon looking ass stage here. You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean, but only because I'm a bad game sicko.
Oh shit, they shoot 8 balls at you. That's I really like that.
Historically accurate.
See, for a second I wasn't sure if you could shoot the cannons to light them, but no.
No, you just gotta stop them from shooting at you. So you notice we're getting gold for every person we kill, but there's also a multiplier for how many stages you've played, so you can really get that score up. If you do like 10, 20, 30 stages in a row. Without cashing in. My crosshair's a little to the left in this, so I'm having to compensate for every shot. But I've been making do. Los Malazos. Have we seen the stage yet?
I
Graveyard?
don't know.
I don't think we have.
Martini Santini and Chief Running Gag. Oh, this is new for this.
Yeah.
Sorry, kitty.
No!
We got zombies,
Yeah.
we got ghosts, and then we have
Nope.
the devil. Hold on, let me let the devil show up before I shoot him prematurely.
Yeah, no wonder everyone wants to kill this guy. He's an asshole.
Exidy was really cooking with this shit. I know Chiller is very gauche and is not reflected on kindly. And, you know, for good reason. It is very tacky, it is very edgelord, but to look at this and be like, okay, they were just trying to have fun with this shit. They were just trying to toss in whatever they could, as much variety as possible, given the constraints of the rail shooter framework. I can't help but appreciate what they were going for here. Magnificent Scoop says, if you like this, you'd like Exidy's crossbow too. I do indeed. Crossbow is also solid.
What about Link's crossbow training for the Wii?
Not so much. Exidy didn't make that one, believe it or not. I think they were out of business by that point. What if Exidy was a support studio for Nintendo at this point in time? They'd be making some sick shit by this point. Shoot that bucket.
What was that noise that guy made?
The throes of death.
Yeah, see, my headcanon is you're not playing as that little guy, because he's just blasting away and hitting nothing.
I missed my target. Let's hope they pop up from behind another cactus sometime soon. There we go. Mr. Taco says that Hamster got the Exidy rights. Ooh. Bessie Bag! We got a bag head in this game.
Yeah.
Not necessarily a bag head, but a bag nonetheless. All right, ready to
Yeah.
kill
I think
some...
this is
Bag
just
by
the-
name, not by nature.
Do you think this is just the Western version of that baby game on NES?
Baby Boomer?
Baby
Yeah.
Boomer, yeah.
Watch our third episode for that, folks.
That's the baby all grown up.
Man, it was wild
It turned
that
out
the
they could
developer
twist
of
the
that
past.
Squeakquel reached out to us, the developer of the spiritual successor to that.
hmm
And then I got into a bit of a Twitter spat with them after that episode. Yeah, there was a Squeakquel to Baby Boomer that was put out by the studio that was known for Xbox Live indie games back in the day. And I
They
did
had the
not
rights,
care
apparently.
for it. They bought the rights out, and I did not care for their comedic approach to it. Personally.
They currently put out a lot of things. I've run into them on the PlayStation Network store.
Yeah, they saturate that shit with their mostly interchangeable games. I mean, whatever. They're making the games they want to make. I talked to that dude that headed that studio after our unpleasant interaction on Twitter, and they were... I understand where they're coming from. I'm not, like, you know... I'm not gonna shit on them. I just don't vibe with their style of comedy, personally. And what can you do about that? I'm still trying to go on this one life. Let's cash in some more of that gold.
Yeah, is this one of the older arcade machines where you can't put more credits in for more lives?
I guess we'll find out once you run out of life.
Mm-hmm.
Kitty Cat House? Geronimo and Running Nose, who I think we've captured 3 or 4 times so far,
Yes.
keeps breaking out of prison.
Really lenient sentences in this part of the West. That's the thing.
I mean, all he did was rob a bank and kill 6 people on the way out. That'll get you 10 years, but this game takes place over the course of decades. Oof.
Oh wow, that still got you.
I thought I had hit it. Not so much. Do we get another attempt? We sure do.
Oh, yeah, you do.
I don't know, there's something quaint about this style of rail shooter. I guess this is more like a gallery shooter, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, there is a reactive element that you don't necessarily have in all gallery shooters, but it is like a static screen that you're aiming across. But I don't know, there's something about this. There is something engaging about this. You familiarize yourself with the locales.
And it's
You
also
get a
like
lot of-
quaint in the way that like Tapper or Root Beer Tapper is quaint.
You're getting these extra mans though. Surprisingly generous for an arcade machine. How often it gives you extra lives.
Oh, bear in mind this was 1984, so they didn't expect people to know how to use light guns. It was a new technology to them. I have years, decades of experience clicking on my screen and pretending like it's a light gun. One of these days I will get that Sinden light gun. And then it'll be over for all y'all motherfuckers. Because all I'll play is shit like this.
Folks, check out the Patreon if you want to make that happen sooner.
Thank you. Thank you for enabling me in that way. Is this game over yet? No.
And that money comes to me too, so.
Yeah, like as I was trying to say, you got another extra life just then.
This will be over soon enough. We'll be on to our next game.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm enjoying it while it lasts. Don't expect me to throw this. I'm having fun, so. It may not be the most exciting thing on stream, but... Look, I'm just happy to put Big John Dalton away. He's a scourge and a menace. The Salt Lake Stinkers!
That'd be a good name for a
Misfits.
sports team.
Probably my least favorite of the stages here. Of the backdrops you can shoot against. Oof. I really thought I shot that projectile out of the air. Oh, there we go. Set your initial. Interesting way to do this.
Yeah, okay. They want to make sure you don't do any typos. Looking out for you. Oh, okay, no, they do let you put more
Continue
coins in.
play, press start.
Yeah. So I imagine that just starts you with like 0 score though.
Let's see. I'm not going to play more of this, but I want to see where the score.
Yeah. So that is literally just
Yeah, 0 score, but we still have our bags of gold, so I could potentially cash those in. But that's all right.
There you go.
That'll be Cheyenne, which I think is pretty fucking neat, given its time, given its historical context, given its theming, which I'm a known sucker for. Speaking of theming, there is a video game franchise that another one, a modern one that I quite like. And I think, Johnny, you might also enjoy it as well as you, Charky.
Yes,
have y'all ever heard of Silent Hill?
Yeah, I have.
Ooh.
Saw the movie.
Oh, the movie. Did you see the Squeakquel movie?
I did not. I only saw the first one.
Well, we'll remedy that one of these days. Did you know that there is a Silent Hill rail shooter?
Yep.
Released for the arcade.
Yeah.
Well, you two know that. And I'm sure most of our audience probably does as well. Who am I kidding here? Who am I fooling? This is Silent Hill the Arcade, released 2007 by Konami. This is the Silent Hill rail shooter, which does exist, which is a strange thing. Such an atmospheric survival horror series, and then just the idea of a rail shooter in the arcades, just a completely action-oriented game, is an odd detour for this franchise to take, and yet it is one that it took, and one that we will be playing right here and right now.
Yeah.
Well, you'll have to bear with me a second while this launches.
Yeah,
The gun represents circumcision.
Yeah.
Full disclosure, I've played this before. Full disclosure, the epilogue theme, that cover of the Gradius theme on a recorder is from this game. We can't get the UFO ending in this one, unfortunately, to hear that song as a... Actually, no, I might be able to do something about that. I might be able to.
No, I don't. I don't mind if we don't get it.
I know you hate that song. I love
theme.
I love that theme.
It's the reason why when I host, I have a different epilogue theme.
Yeah, the Castlevania arcade, the one that got made playable in recent years. I feel like it's built off a lot of the same like tech and ideas because it also has a joke ending that has like a recorder, like ending music.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise or shock me.
Yeah, but yeah, though what would this have been like the first Japan developed Silent Hill game after Silent Hill 4? I mean, this is gonna be the most authentic, right?
I'll tell you what, I gotta go to the bathroom again real quick. I have been drinking vodka and Monster Energy, folks. So
I've seen this before, but every time I see this screen, I forget to read the last part, so I just read, "Please do not play this game."
I'm gonna make sure that the audio is level on this, and then I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. And if you two can carry the show for just a minute while I take care of that, I'd appreciate it.
I also have to do that, but I'll wait till you get back.
Okay. Well, I do know some facts on this. So this is...
Hold on, give me a second without talking so I can hear the audio levels. All right, perfect. And I'll be right back while this attract mode plays out.
Yeah, a protagonist.
So one of the best Silent Hill songs right here too.
Yeah.
What were you gonna say though?
Okay, so this game is very loosely based on some memos from Silent Hill 2 about this like cruise ship that sunk on Toluca Lake. So they did try and draw from real Silent Hill fiction, but this is like a ghost story. It's very not Silent Hill.
Like honestly, try it again. They should make this. I know they're doing a Silent Hill like revival right now, right? Like everything Silent Hill. Like just make another light gun game. You made a shitty TV show done in like a million parts of DLC interactions, so microtransaction interactions rather. So you know, try the light gun shooter again.
Yeah, and you made a shitty PT-esque style game.
I still haven't tried that. Like I can try that anytime I want. It is available to me until they take it down. But I never tried it.
I don't think it's worth the price to entry. If I'm being honest, it's free. One fun thing I know about this game is it was developed. The lead director on this, I don't remember his name. Let me see if I can find it quickly. But this was the guy who was originally directing Metal Gear Solid Rising.
No kidding.
No, Google. That's not what I searched.
I should mention that the UFO ending that I mentioned we couldn't unlock earlier is tied to the e-amusement card gimmick in this game, which I just have disabled in this.
Okay,
we're playing this via TechnoParrot, by the way, which there have been implementations of Silent Hill the Arcade for this running natively on Windows, but TechnoParrot has streamlined a lot of that stuff and is definitely like the preferred way to play this game at this point in time rather than the old packaged executables that used to exist.
Oh, here we go. I've got his name. Yes, the creative producer was Shigenobu Matsuyama, and I believe he worked on this and a bunch of other Konami arcade games from the time. But yeah, Metal Gear Solid Rising was supposed to be this big break into console games, and then it wasn't. Hold your fire. Heck, even that hands thing is kind of a reference to the memo, because they reference like what was the exact thing in the memo about like the weeds in the water being like the hands reaching up to grab.
Let this voice acting play out.
Like oh yeah, sorry.
Bill. Eric?
What happened?
Jesse, they took her away.
If anything happens to me, take my tunes.
What? Who are these guys?
Wait, hold on. I'm realizing very quickly I forgot to. This is something I need to do before the game. Sorry, we're not to restart this game in a second. But IO check real quick.
So I noticed this one doesn't flash.
Yes, mercifully. Hold the test button.
Anyway.
Oh yeah. This was from the era where most arcade rail shooters were using infrared sensors.
Although now I will be right back though. So
yeah, important to calibrate your gun every time you do this. And important if you happen to own an arcade, if you're watching our stream and you own an arcade, Please, for the love of God, calibrate your light guns.
Yeah.
There's nothing worse than putting money into a fucking arcade machine with light guns attached and just like discovering that the gun fucking sucks.
Yeah. And sadly, like, there's a couple that do, but most are like, God, it's only a couple of games that let the player
Calibrate before the game starts.
Yeah,
I think Ghost Squad
handfuls,
was
but
one.
not many.
One of my
Yeah.
favorite arcade games of all time. Ghost Squad. One I can 1 credit clear at that. How do I even exist this? I can think of 1 or 2 things that are worse than that, but only 1 or 2. Yeah, it's a short, it's a small list. Getting stabbed in the face, that might be slightly worse, but only granularly. Man, have I mentioned that I love this format? This is my favorite format on the show. I just get to play fucking light gun games and talk with my friends. Oh my god. I'm having a great time tonight. And I'm about to play fucking Silent Hill the arcades. I'm gonna have an even better time.
Mm-hmm.
What are these guys?
But yeah, it's interesting because this is, you can tell this is very clearly House of the Dead inspired. It feels like the voice acting is also House of the Dead inspired. It's very different from what Silent Hill voice acting was like. But it's funny to see that it is basically just a...
I'm all right
Oh,
alone.
hang on.
You two, go find Jesse. All right.
Can you speak up? What was that?
Yeah, the volume mix is a little wild
Yeah.
in this, but what can you do?
Yeah, but you can tell that these are just the PS2 assets, and they've like rebuilt them in areas.
Yes, they use assets from 2, 3,
yeah.
and 4 in this game, including music
Yeah,
cues.
Though that enemy I think is new, though it does look like a modified version of a Silent Hill 4 enemy.
And if you shoot them while they're down, you can build your combo meter, which is probably
that's very...
important.
Yeah, that's very House of the Dead. Where you can like take out enemies quicker while they're like falling over.
I mean, it only takes 1 shot to take down most enemies in this game, but you can still score bonus points by...
Yeah.
16 combo.
Yeah.
Is it
I like
Magic
they've
Mouse
tried-
in chat who said that Cass really does sound a lot more rejuvenated and peppy than usual?
Yes,
Yeah, I'm playing my
yes.
favorite genre. I'm playing like dog shit fighting games or whatever. This is what I live for. All I want to do is shoot shit.
Yeah. I like in some regard they have tried to make it authentic to like the style of Silent Hill, like that, you know, the background it's very ambient.
There's film grain on the screen to sort of cloak the fog or make the fog look a little more dimensional.
Yeah, and actually your characters, you know, because I think there's supposed to be 2 people together, because, you know, player 1, player 2.
Yes.
They don't talk a lot. They
talk
shut me
enough.
up. Yeah, but not as much as like most arcade.
No, most
shooter
arcade rail shooter
protagonists.
protagonists are completely quiet. What the fuck are you talking about?
When I think of like House of the Dead,
They never say anything in House of the Dead 1 or 2. Except
Yeah,
between...
they do.
Oh, in 2 they
My
maybe
God. 2 in a lot, they do.
Jesse?
do. Very little in 2. Occasionally in 2.
Yeah.
I'm gonna contend your claim here.
Okay. It's the fact he like looked over the broken road and didn't have anything to say about it. Yeah, Time Crisis, they don't say anything outside of cutscenes. Now, see, the joke I was going to do is I was hoping you could say, oh yeah, survival horror console game that got a shooter. And I was going to be like, yes, Dead Space Extraction. Let's go.
My head.
Ah.
It's so dark. What's going on?
Tina, watch your feet.
Well,
Now it's Silent Hill, baby.
yeah.
This thing.
Another creature.
What did he mean by watch your feet? Oh, I'm going to light this lighter. Watch your feet. I'm going to light it really low.
Is this a bad dream?
Oh, I need to crank the audio on this on my end.
Or should we keep going?
Route select. I'll keep going.
Like, yeah, you know, it's cheap, but in some ways I'll give him credit for keeping the original music and not going for action-y, over-the-top rock and all that.
Get this weapon? Abso-fucking-lutely. Give me a shotgun.
Why would you say no?
Hey, these aren't human,
Cut
right?
it out. I don't even want.
Even if they did go with over-the-top rock music. If they had Akira Yamaoka on call for that, it would still be good.
Yeah.
He did this cover of a song from Sword and Sorcery. I think it was called like Bones McCoy. If you look that up, Bones McCoy, Akira Yamaoka, that cover is fucking awesome. There's some great guitar in it.
I love when they get the dentist drill out. That's my favorite instrument of theirs that they play.
Yeah.
Multi-instrumentalist, including fucking dentist drill.
Oh, these are literally House of Dead enemies now.
To somewhere that's safe.
It's on the right.
So I haven't been here so much. So have they had a really little guy who has claws who jumps around back and forth and then jumps
Not
at
yet.
you?
Not
Okay.
yet.
Camberdian in chat asks, was there ever a Duke Nukem rail shooter? That would be Quip City. Unfortunately not, except for the Game.com game, which Mr. Taco read, which is not strictly an on-rails game. It is a very strange controlling first-person shooter on the Game.com, as you might expect.
Did you just hear that weird noise?
No, I think you just imagined it.
Wow, look at this dude gaslighting his...
Yeah, no weird noises going on right now.
Everything is perfectly
nurse-
normal here. What are you complaining about?
I don't know what you're talking about. Nurses. What are you talking about?
Don't come this way.
I like some of the nurses just fall from the sky and just smack on the floor, and then no threat.
It's coming from somewhere. Now.
Stop it.
Stop listening, you asshole.
Stop it. Get some help.
Again.
This may be a Silent Hill game, but the voice acting is very inspired by Resident Evil 1.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Jesse!
Oh, there's some Silent Hill shit right there. Fans.
Speaking of Silent Hill shit, you know him, you
All right,
love him.
Now go ask that guy on Twitter if this is canon. Yeah, go bug him some more. What's his
Yeah.
name? Shawnee,
Ma-
anyone who knows names.
Yeah, Masahiro Ito, the art director on the first 3 games. You joke, but someone probably has asked him, knowing it. It's a running gag in the Silent Hill community that people on Twitter just at Masahiro Ito and tell him he's wrong about the games he worked on and the lore and the story. Oh, interesting choice of music here. This is like cutscene music from Silent Hill 3.
Honestly, if anyone deserved to have Hideki Kamiya's block everyone gimmick, it would probably be him.
Yeah. Oh,
What's the Time Crisis where there's like the little bug enemies that you have to like spray with the machine
that's
gun?
4. Yeah, that's 4. Oh, yeah. I was going to say, she's done so.
Not if I can help it. Save her! Got her.
Remember that scene in the first movie where like Pyramid Head grabs that lady and like just tears all of her skin off in one piece and then throws it at like a door or something? I remember seeing it at the time thinking like, 1, gross, but 2, like, well, that's weird.
Yeah, no, I'm not a fan of that movie, that first one.
No, you don't say. Oh, how am I supposed to avoid that? That's bullshit.
I was a fan of watching that movie, but I can't say I was a fan of that movie.
What's that all about? What is happening? I can't stand it anymore. But Jesse...
Tina!
Jesse! I'm alive? I'm so...
That's how I wake up every morning.
All's well that ends well, folks.
Open my eyes. I'm alive?
Let's return to the motel for now.
Yeah.
So there are 4 endings in this game, including the UFO ending.
Oh no!
And part of the criteria is saving all of your friends in the game. So I'll be trying to do that as much as possible. Then the other criteria just happens during the final boss fight and how you choose to approach that boss fight, so...
Another route.
Magic Mouse is letting us know that WrestleMania is boring as hell right now, so we're putting on a better show.
Goddamn right. I like to think that we do. Every night, we're putting on a better show than wrestling does.
Yeah, let's see WWE do a whole night of light gun games.
Goddamn right.
Okay, we're still in the.
You know what?
hospital.
Austin Creed would probably actually.
There's something there.
What, you mean Xavier Woods?
We can't be bothered.
Now, Austin Creed is the one who plays the video games. Xavier Woods is the one who wrestles.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you know, fair. Sorry. I'm sorry to break kayfabe like that, but...
My favorite TNA wrestler, Austin Creed. Hell yeah.
Hurry up! Emily is in grave danger.
Thank God I'm good at these rail shooters, boy howdy.
Whoa.
Oh, there he is, the guy I mentioned.
Yep. It was only a matter of
took a
time.
stab. I just took a stab in the dark that they were going to go with that trope.
You can't make a rail
Yeah.
shooter and not have that kind of guy.
It's a bit weird he jumped and then was like immediately off screen though.
Do I have a pause button here? I just realized something I can... There's no fucking screen flash in this, right? So I can turn off my screen flash filters.
Yeah,
Might
yeah.
improve the
Yeah,
image
yeah.
quality somewhat. It's hard to say, but...
But all a shape.
Oh, sorry. There we go.
I thought that was a weird capture for a second there.
Uh-oh.
Drop.
I think I broke the game completely. Oh,
Did you
no.
lose-
Don't tell me
Did you
I...
lose your,
That
Oh, yeah,
actually, alt-tabbing out of the game broke my...
calibration?
I'll figure it
Yeah, I
out.
can see that.
It's coming!
I'll compensate. That's what I get for trying to improve the quality of the stream.
Shit, that lady had a gun.
Let me pause it again. We fixed
Oh,
it.
yeah.
We're good.
Fix it. Okay.
Yeah, nice.
What is hitting me on
Continue.
screen, though? That part is not.
Yeah, that's not great. Amblegan in chat says, "Hi, which House of the Dead is this?"
What is hitting
Yeah, what's-
me?
Yeah,
Down. Way the fuck down. Right? Maybe?
I completely broke it. I can't believe I completely broke it.
Huh.
Okay, well,
Ooh.
luckily
the
I
top?
have a means for this, for fixing this.
Okay.
Techno Parrot does include, this was stage 2-1, right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay, so Techno Parrot does include a means of skipping the stage.
Alright, but is it going to remember that you saved someone?
Oh, that's a good question. Well, I guess we'll find out, won't we?
Yeah, it'd be a little surprise.
Yeah, let's relaunch this and start that stage from the top with, I'll have to recalibrate it too. Oh, the joys of streaming, folks. Join us when we have our fucking Monday show up and running, which is just going to be completely casual and not have as much of the production value that we put into these shows, that we attempt to put into these particular programs, where we're just figuring stuff out on
Yeah.
the fly. It's loading. Give it a second.
It's thinking.
What's great is that's going to load, then I'm going to immediately cut to the fucking service menu, and then have to load this all again.
Mm-hmm.
You need to do the... Yeah.
Hold test button, pull gun trigger, down, yep. Calibrates. Oh, that's completely off, look at that.
Yeah, try again. I did see like a weird. The cursor came up like early, so it might have like. Yeah, see what happened there?
There is something happening here where the game does not appreciate something about what I'm doing here with my, what did I break?
Whoa, it's down there. Wait. Oh, no,
Okay.
We're good, we're good, we're
It's
good.
good.
I
It's
got
good.
it, yep.
Yeah.
Okay, good enough. Sorry, folks. When you're doing a show based on arcade rail shooters, for the most part,
Mm-hmm.
these things can happen. Let's see if it actually starts me from the proper stage. Let's see if this Slime January says this Monday episode is gonna look like shit, folks. Make sure to tap in.
Okay.
Look, it's gonna be less professional, but it's also going to be us being casual, more, you know, kind of looser format, more traditional streaming like what other streamers do. I'm looking forward to it.
Can we get to the lake?
If you go through the back door of the Museum of Historical Materials, you will be able to get to the dock quickly.
All right, let's take that way.
Huh?
Yeah, I think you skipped.
Whoops. Oy vey.
Okay, hang on. Maybe you need to be on stage.
You know what? We're just going to start the
1-3-1?
game all over again.
Okay.
All right.
Sorry, folks, but this time I won't have to Alt-Tab in the middle of the game to change settings. That was only like 5 minutes or 6 minutes worth of gameplay, right?
Something like that.
Oy vey. Yeah, expect this sort of shit on Monday shows. Consider this an early preview. And just to make absolutely sure we're not fucking anything up here. Please, for the love of God. No! What is happening here? Why is this screen so fucking inconsistent?
I feel like you moved the window a little bit and then tried it again.
Yeah.
Let's try it up here. Shoot here. Shoot here. This is a little inconsistent, believe it or not. This Windows implementation of an arcade rail shooter is not completely spot on in its accuracy.
Okay, I think this is going to be...
Okay, I think if you want to try the move the window thing, do it before you start the calibration.
Come on. Please just work. It's to the left.
The thing is, even last time when it wasn't working, eventually it worked.
Yeah, let's keep doing it until something changes.
I think it is going to go to the left this time, yeah.
What if I aim deliberately badly here?
No, I remember you trying that when we were testing this, and that didn't actually do it.
Yeah, this particular implementation of Silent Hill the Arcade has had issues in Technoparrot. This is definitely the best way to play it right now, but it is still not perfect. You know what? Fuck it.
What is...
I'm just going to aim to the left. I'm just going to aim to the fucking left and understand...
Well, to the right.
Yes, that's fair.
Yeah.
What is...
I don't know. This is still... I mean, this is expected to be played in full screen. Like, that's the thing. I'm playing this in a window for the benefit of folk at home. I'm playing this in a window on my 2560 by 1440 monitor.
Yeah. I'm surprised it's so weird, because I've messed with Castlevania the Arcade, which I'm pretty sure is built on the same system. And that,
yeah, Technoparrot.
Yeah. And that's surprisingly easier, even though it's got such a weird control scheme.
Yeah, like having to drag the crosshair across the screen to
but it just like it. You know, you don't even have to go through the I/O part.
Okay, take two on this. Take two on Silent Hill the Arcade. This game's all of like 50 minutes, an hour long, so.
Shoot!
Yeah, I'm looking at these enemies. I think they are the like kind of monkey-esque enemies for Silent Hill 4, but they've messed with them a bit.
What you need to do is you need to download a custom mouse cursor where the graphic is the same, but just like too far to the left.
Yeah. Get Silent to make a patch for you.
Just gonna skip cutscenes while we go through this.
Yeah.
Build that combo up any way I can. Louise PSC says center axis your pistol to compensate. Like center axis relock? The aiming system that Sam Fisher uses in not Siphon Filter, Splinter Cell. I would shoot center axis reload style or relock. Except if you do a revolver, you'll get your chest fucking burnt. True firing range goon hours right now on the Bad Game Hall of Fame stream. Let me tell you the differences between shooting stances. Weaver stance is for casuals, is for scrubs.
Is that a bat? No way!
Huh. I don't remember that bat dialogue from last time.
Because you spoke over it last time.
Ah, there you go then.
You see these coins we get? That's for hitting enemies that you're not expected to hit.
Oh
like
yeah,
background
I was gonna
enemies.
ask about that. Yeah. Yeah, because I saw an enemy in... God, I think he might have had like a tenth of a second to hit, but there was just an enemy standing on top of a building that disappeared.
Health can't go over
Oh,
100.
yeah.
That's a shame.
Health tonic.
What's all of y'all's favorite Silent Hill games?
2.
For
I'd have
me,
to
I'd
say
say
still 2.
I'd say for me 3. No, I'll say 2 has the best story.
I think gameplay wise, it's probably 3 for me. Or no, it's number 1. It's the first one on PlayStation. It's definitely a favorite. But I also am very partial to The Room 4. There's just something about that game. Like the gameplay, it definitely drags in spots. It gets a little tedious with like, how how much backtracking there is. But there are also elements of that game that I fucking love in terms of how they handle the enemies in that game and such.
So I did buy the GOG version of that when it was, re-released as the working version. I haven't played that yet, but I've been looking forward to doing it. I got it when it came out on the original Xbox, and I played it there, but I never beat it. So I'm looking forward to actually going back and playing that in full. But I have to say, like, my favorite is still 2. Partially for nostalgia reasons, partially because, I think the story really carries it.
Yeah, no. Silent Hill 2 it's a shame because it has some really cool ideas, but it was made at a time where the critical reception of 3 was, oh, you're just doing Silent Hill 2 stuff again and Silent Hill 1 stuff again. We don't want this anymore. So they like intentionally made it different, and in most regards it's worse, and it's got like the awkward inventory and the weird new controls in combat.
I chose the alternate route this time, by the way, so you can see it's a much harder route.
Like you don't have a flashline radio in Silent Hill 4. This is like a little thing, but it's like that's like core Silent Hill stuff, you think.
I still haven't played the Silent Hill 2 remake by Bloober Team. Like, I have access to it. I know people said, oh, hey, Bloober Team actually did do it right. But, like...
They did better than I was expecting.
But, like, I don't know if I want to play... Like, this... Bloober Team is to me what Rebellion is to Cass.
Yeah!
But I'm not even sure how much I want to give it a chance. I should give it a chance. I'm not going to say it's bad about having played it, but it's just kind of not attractive to me. I could just play the original Silent Hill 2.
I don't think I'm hallucinating.
Hey.
Yeah, I'm with Magic Mouse in chat, who I know has played through it, but they said, yeah, Silent Hill 2 remake, it's okay.
It's behind.
Like it's fine. It's more faithful than I was expecting, and based on the credits, I don't think that's because of Bloober. I think that's because of people they hired who use Silent Hill 2 like back their hand. But I think in most regards, Silent Hill 2 on PS2 does that story and experience better.
What I've heard, and I think what is honestly the reason why I would most likely not play the Silent Hill 2 remake is, I feel like I've heard people say it's kind of bloated compared to the original.
It's way too bloated. Like, not even kinda. Like, it's one of the worst aspects of it. Like, it's almost twice as long as original Silent Hill 2. And Silent Hill 2 is, like, almost perfectly paced, I'd say.
You remember all this happening the first time through?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I have the memory for Goldfish, so...
Yeah. I know there's some in, like, I guess... Oh, what's the word for it? Like, some people would think some Silent Hill purists would be against something like this, but this is such a clearly, like, goofy side project.
Yeah, I can't get mad at this, right?
Yeah.
You'd be a fool to get mad at this. You'd be incredibly tedious to get mad at this.
Yeah. It's just funny because I've seen some people who are like, oh, you like this, but you don't like all those Western Silent Hill games that brought back Pyramid Head. It's like, yeah, because those were like mainline entries. They were supposed to be serious. This was a coin-op machine.
Is there no end to this? Which way is it?
Let's see if I can
I mean,
hit
people-
Pyramid Head before he hits me on this bullshit screen here coming up.
I have a feeling that's scripted, but we'll see. I was about to say, I do know that people got angry at the Silent Hill pachinko machine.
Oh,
But like, I think there were extenuating circumstances that made people upset about that one.
Well, yeah, it's a bit different when you get into the gambling territory, and there were also just Western
that and
slot
that being a
machines.
I was going to
With
say
some
that
stuff.
and that being a period where they were doing Silent Hill dirty.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
then, like, their big thing was like slot machine.
Yeah, like this was 2007, so yeah, we'd had not great sequels at this point, but it wasn't that bad. And then like post 2012 was just like it's been terrible for the past like 7-8 years.
and
But
we're
there were
caught up.
Western like Silent Hill slot machines that were like asset flips of the games as well. They don't get as much coverage, but there's one that's like that had like Silent Hill Downpour assets built into it. It was weird.
I mean, Silent Hill aside, go to an arcade, go to a casino sometime and just see how many times you see the word Konami written on things in there.
Yeah. Good, they love that one
Screen.
door sound. No, the door
Oh.
sound. Like, I'm sure it was used in Silent Hill at some point, but not for every door.
Emily is in grave danger.
What do you think the sins of these students here, these young teenagers is? What do they do to earn the Silent Hill treatment?
Weed.
Well, yeah. No. Well, we already got some gaslighting going on, so our pro tag definitely, like our male pro tag, feels like he's got it coming. I don't know. Silent Hill is weird. It's more about how bad you feel about it, though. If you smoke the weed and you're guilt-free about it, then you're fine.
Then you're A-okay at that point.
Then you just go bowling and have a nice time.
Did Eddie feel... Okay, question then. Did Eddie feel bad about the shit he did?
Uh-oh.
He felt
didn't,
guilt.
right?
At the start, he does.
Oh, is
Is
this
it
just
happening
straight
again?
up bugged?
I think we are going to have either
Oh.
level skip or
Oh,
we're going to have
no.
to move on. Yeah.
This is interesting.
Yeah, there's some, like, invisible... It's either invisible or
Intangible.
the enemy's, like, behind you.
Huh.
That's, welcome to Casual Sundays.
Okay. So we need to
Saturdays
start
come
from
with them.
stage 2-2-1. Let's give that a shot and see if that cures our woes. That's frustrating,
Suggest
to
this
say the
might
least.
actually be an anti-piracy measure,
No.
which
I
I could
I
see
get
the
the
world in which
reasoning,
that's
though.
true, but I
Yeah,
think
I
it's
do.
probably a technical issue.
I do get the reason, though, yeah. That does feel very anti-piracy coded.
Like actual anti-piracy and not Mario putting you behind a jail cell with realistic eyes.
Though I can't imagine many arcade games having those kind of piracy measures. That, like, fuck
no,
with
they
the
just
game.
wouldn't expect it. I mean, who's pirating arcade games in the year 2007?
I feel like that is a thing, anti-piracy measures in arcade machines, but I'm gonna still say I don't think that's the case right here in this specific instance.
Hey, guess what we get to do again?
Maybe it works this time.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Nope, not at all.
All right, try again. See if we. Oh, that seems bad.
Completely
Try-
off. Up and to the right. Come on,
All right,
just work.
all right, I'm doing some techno pre stuff. Try moving the window again a bit, and
Yeah.
then do the calibration again.
Because I feel like when I've seen this happen, it doesn't even matter where you're clicking; it's always off, like by the same amount.
No, well, it
Slightly
changed
better.
kinda.
This is infuriating. If I wasn't drunk right now, I'd be.
That would just not.
It refuses to acknowledge me aiming that high. Ugh.
Strange.
My only guess is it's a window size issue.
Yeah,
Like
that would make sense to me.
Yeah, like it thinks you're clicking somewhere else.
I don't want to move on from Silent Hill the Arcade. I want to finish this. We've come so far. Okay, up. I can deal with aiming, just having to aim up.
Or
and
aim
this
down,
should
really.
start us from a stage that is past the screen that we were dealing with. This is brutal.
So even says, hey guys, former Konami employee here. This is actually intended behavior. Just wanted to see what it'd be like to make one that didn't work for shit. Glad to see you playing our game.
I mean, that is very Konami core.
Oh, we have the little girl now, I guess.
There you go.
I didn't know that was Ryan.
Oh, I'd recognize that body bag anywhere.
Yeah. That's just how he sleeps.
Oh, okay.
Hell yeah.
This guy.
No, considering they're reusing Silent Hill PS2 assets, they surprisingly look really good. I don't know if they retextured them or anything, but
I noticed that whenever you're fighting a boss, like the base on your gunshots are like way up.
Yeah. That might be emulation, because I think these cabinets would have. They were like. They weren't just cabinets, they were like little rooms, and they would have like multiple speakers.
Yeah, these are supposed to be surround sound. You have to download a DLL to emulate the surround sound aspect of this, if you choose to play this on Technoparent.
Yeah, Castlevania Arcade is particularly weird because it has independent speakers for each player. So if you play on PC, player 1 is just in the left ear.
Yeah, I saw Sasquatchulus play that on a stream, and like just all of her audio is all way panned to the left. But no, I was saying that's I know this is intended behavior because it's on boss fights that they're like pumping up the sound on the bass by a lot. I guess to make it sound more meaty.
We're safe now.
Or intense.
Why are they so out of breath? They weren't moving.
Gameplay isn't canonical.
Wow, this is such a filthy place. Hey.
What was with that exhale?
We don't get enough Silent Hill characters that look like that. I want to see more.
I'm out of Monster Energy and vodka now.
Again?
I thought for a second maybe everything was gone black and that was the next glitch.
That's kind of interesting because so this is the like Civil War prison area from Silent Hill 2. It never got like a Nightmare version because it is the Nightmare version of the area.
All you gotta do is slap some grody textures on it, and it's
I know, but it's fun to see like a take on that. Oh wow,
what are these?
that's Silent Hill 4 enemies. That's why I was surprised. Yeah, Silent Hill 4 has a lot going for it. Enemy design is not one of them, sadly. There's a couple.
Fun if, like, it would be fun if one of these bosses was just Walter.
That would be fun. Yeah, like there's a couple of like outliers in Silent Hill 4, but a lot of the enemy design's real bad. That's where the nurses that burp when you hit them are from.
Classic video of a nurse falling down the stairs and burping.
Which bump. I kind of get it because I know there are some people who are so disgusted by burps it can be very negatively triggering for them. It's just that most people find burps funny, so it just it doesn't work for most people. God, it's weird seeing some of these enemies so brightly lit though, like actually being able to see what the textures are. Yeah, take these guys out.
This is only like tangentially related, but I remember I drew fan art once for Vinny Vinesauce of I think he was playing through Silent Hill 2. So I drew one of the nurses, but then I put like meat, you know, that little worm fella. I made that the head of the nurse. And he hated it. It is probably one of my best drawings I've ever made, unfortunately.
I mean, yeah, if it's nightmarish, then I think that's
Mission
a success.
accomplished. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even know if I still have it anymore. That might have been on the old computer.
Oh, these textures should not have been shown that close.
Yes, we're safe.
Oh, yeah, sure you are, mate.
Everything's honky-dory now.
Look, there are 2 doors. Which one should we go through? Or we keep going further down here.
Shit. Keep going down. Those choices don't have any impact on the ending, by the way.
Yeah.
They're
So that's
purely for variety's sake.
Yeah. It's always fun, these kind of arcade games, to have the variety. Oh, wow, our first inventory item.
Which room this key is for?
Imagine they had, like, full Silent Hill puzzles in a rail shooter. There's a puzzle later where you have to have a deep understanding of
Zodiac.
Shakespeare.
Okay.
No, there's an infamous hard riddle puzzle in Silent Hill 3 where you need to actually know Shakespeare to do it.
This door is locked. Let me use the key, for God's sake.
It's a fork in the road again. Which way should we
Oh,
go?
I found the drawing.
Hell yeah.
This is a curious section where they have you guessing at what direction to go with absolutely no clue as to which way is the right way, wrong way.
Hey, that's actually quite Silent Hill of them. Why are you shooting this poor guy?
I'm getting a combo for it. You got a rifle for hunting.
Why is this here?
We can't worry about that right now.
Okay, I'm with her. Yeah, like... more pressing questions right now, dude. It's so interesting they're trying to replicate, like, the Silent Hill horror style. Yeah, this is like
chat,
the worst.
This is the drawing I did, chat. There you go. This image is no longer available. Interesting.
Oh. Banned image.
I used russet key on what? On this not door here?
What if I did it like this?
I mean, that's just that's the evil of Silent Hill.
There you go.
Yeah, that worked. That is a beautiful picture.
Thank you. That is, again, probably the best drawing I've ever done in terms of technical proficiency.
Emily, step back!
Good rifle, I guess. I mean, it does as much damage as the handgun does, so...
It doesn't.
Oh, Magic
Yeah, that's-
Mouse recognizes it on stream from before she knew me.
That's weird when I think about it. Yeah, if every enemy's a one-hit kill, then what are the multiple weapons for? Unless that's like
Well,
a
the
dip
shotgun
switch.
has spread, at least.
Yeah.
The hunting rifle bullets might be larger, so you might be able to aim, like, to the left of someone and still
okay.
hit them.
Yeah. Yeah, because in Silent Hill 2, I try and remember the rifles in 1 or not, but in 2 at least, it's more powerful. It's the most powerful, like, per bullet weapon in Silent Hill 4, 2. Oh, I know where this is. Are they going to make you jump down the big hole?
I found it under the prison.
What? What do you mean? You didn't find it. The lady's with you as well, you know.
I found this all on my own. I'm a great explorer like Magellan.
Yeah, I don't know what the. Oh god, I think that.
Better than the smell of blood.
That's a weird sentence to just
Also, I don't know if I
put out
agree.
there.
So glad. Help me!
Oh,
Wasn't this from one
This
of
is
the
a-
Western games?
yeah. So it's not the asset, but this is essentially a Silent Hill Homecoming boss.
Yeah.
But this is.
Oh,
Nope.
gone.
Oh no. Is this just busted? What
think
is
this is just
happening
busted.
here?
Yeah, this might have to be a. This is going to be a revisit. There's going to have to be some.
This
Yeah,
We're going to have to do some
sucks.
research,
Yeah.
figure out.
I really thought this was good enough for stream, good enough for prime time, but clearly I am being dispelled of that notion in real time.
What a shame.
I can shoot the gravestones, though. That's pretty cool. George is gonna
Okay.
die real quick, real soon. Okay, so I guess the emulation on this is not quite perfect yet.
No.
That is a
Well, I hope
crying
you like
shame.
this. Hope you like this sneak preview of Silent Hill the arcade. Clearly, they haven't finished developing the game yet. It is in early
Yeah.
access. So when it's
It seems
done,
Okay, I found at least one thread mentioning it, where it's a bug based on like your OS. So that we have some options in the future maybe.
It took me long enough to solve the sound issue where sound wasn't playing
Yeah.
during cutscenes and other stuff. I didn't realize that I also had the invisible enemy issue. Well, let's get the game over at least before we put this bring the show to an end. Oy vey. I mean, whatever. We got
Speed
enough
one-
mileage out of the first two games,
Yeah.
so we got to
you
show off
want to revisit
Guntu.
later.
Good enough for a rank B.
I feel like the have fun note on the Techno Parrot command screen is like just taunting at this point. Have fun, smiley face.
Shoot left or right of screen to select letter.
All right.
Great. That's me.
Maybe that's why all the high scores are for Jamal.
Maybe. Well, that's unfortunate. I was really looking forward to showing that off, but clearly it's not fully there yet. But you know, we got 2.5 hours out of the show tonight. I don't think I need to jump into a fourth game here and keep the show going too long. Let's pop our avatars up. Hello. And
Hello.
Best and worst of the night.
I mean, in theory, Silent Hill would have been the best.
Yeah.
In theory. And then the worst is probably Cheyenne.
Yeah,
But that wasn't terrible.
it wasn't
It
bad,
was just probably
yeah.
the worst of them.
It's a weird night to ask this question. How about you, Johnny?
Yeah.
What are your votes?
I mean, yeah, like on paper, because I know at least what the full Silent Hill the arcade game is like, and yeah, it's the multiple endings, giving you multiple pass through levels. The different gun seems a bit weird with the one hit kills, but aside from that, like yeah, it's a very solid shooter. It's just really funny. Seeing seeing that game, built from those assets for such a serious series. It's a thing of where, okay, I'm gonna say Guntu is the worst. That doesn't mean it's like it's probably like the worst just in terms of the objective of like the way it looks and the way it plays, like how brutal some of those boss fights were. It's entertaining in that aspect as well. But I feel like if playing it on real hardware and dealing with some of those bosses, like that seems like that could get really frustrating. Some of those encounters.
Absolutely, yeah.
But there is like a weird like low rent charm to it at the same time. I appreciate about it as well.
Sure. And with only 3 games tonight, we only have so many choices we can make, right? Best and worst for me. I think my best tonight is gonna have to go to Guntu Western Front, June 1944, Tetsu no Kioku. It is
the upset.
so charming. It is jank as jank can be. almost barely functional, barely completable. We had to cheat our way through it, and I really don't see how not having cheats, how it would even be possible without using gratuitous continues and memorizing where every enemy pops up and so on and so forth. But there is just something about the moxie, the gall of Guntu, the things it seeks to do in its sparse 6-level runtime, the ambition on display, that I can't help but be like, yeah, we should remember Guntu and his contributions to the war. An unsung hero in history that deserves his recognition in the form of a PlayStation 1 game. Now, my worst of the night is also going to go to Guntu Western Front June 1944 Tetsu no Kioku. It's a rare night, folk, where my best and worst are the same game, because by God, that game is barely playable at points. There are moments where you just have to hit such tiny ass fucking targets on the screen with such little time to react, stages that are straight up impossible, but there's just something fucking about it that I am deeply compelled by, where I want to play through that game, attempt runs with all the different special weapons, and then just see how those go, how those stack up against one another. Replay value, they probably didn't even fucking intend when they developed this game. But Electrocoin Japan, my hats are off to you. You put out a truly terrible game, a truly beautiful game. It exists in multitudes.
And then never put out a game again.
I mean, one and done. If you released Peak out the gates, then...
I also do want to shout out Dr. William Freeman in chat, who is posting some stuff about making Silent Hill Arcade work. I took a screenshot of that so we can work on that sort of stuff in the future.
Yes, we do hope to feature it again. And they also mentioned the UFO ending that you can't unlock because of the e-amusement stuff that's tied into it. I played this back in the day. I totally played Silent Hill the Arcade through its entirety back on Windows 7. Back when it was just the isolated launcher for it, the thing you would download that's the entire collection of all the assets you need. And TechnoParrot does have all the same files. It is rooted in the same stuff, but clearly there is something here with Windows 11 that is just incompatible. And I apologize for that, for not being able to show that off in full. I really thought I played enough of it on TechnoParrot that I assumed would be completable, but clearly I called that one wrong. One day we will revisit it here on the show. When it is more fully playable and functional. But until then, Guntu for best and worst tonight for me. Just to close that, to put a tidy bow on that. And with that, folks, thank you for joining us here on the Bad Game Hall of Fame for another Light Gun Game Extravaganza. A bit of a weird one tonight, in that all the games are pretty good. In my humble opinion. One was outright broken, but what can you do, folks? We thank you for putting up with it. Thank you for putting up with us. Thank you for staying tuned as long as y'all happen to do. Again, we will revisit. We will have more Light Gun games in the future, and I'll maybe do a more thorough job of vetting them before the show. Time will tell on that count. In the meantime, if you like what you saw here tonight, if you enjoy the Bad Game Hall of Fame and the shows we put out, please consider joining our Discord server, discord.gg/BGHOF, our dedicated Discord server for all things Bad Game Hall of Fame. And if you really like what you did here tonight, what we put out with the Light Gun Extravaganza in the Bad Game Hall of Fame brought to you tonight, you may consider pledging to us on Patreon, subscribing on Twitch, or becoming a member on YouTube. Any or all of the above, any means of financial support for the show will grant you access on that Discord server to the Patreon Saints channel, wherein you can vote in upcoming polls, make suggestions, help steer the direction of this show, so on and so forth. And we certainly appreciate it if you chose to support us in such ways. Barring that, if you can't financially support us at this current juncture, we completely understand. You may consider instead, if you still want to help us out in some capacity, sharing the show, the episodes we have up on our YouTube channel, specifically, in particular, on our suggested viewing playlist. 20 handpicked episodes that we think make for good onboarding onto the show of ours. Or maybe you know someone who's a big Guntu fan. There's got to be someone out there that knows about this game besides us. There's got to be some exclusive fan community, some Discord server, the Guntu Discord server, that we can ingratiate ourselves to, and that you might ingratiate us to them by showing them this video. We leave it to your discretion, dear viewers. We leave it in your very capable hands. Things coming up on the show, what to expect from us in the coming week. Monday, the 21st of April. With any luck at all, we should be launching our new casual format on Mondays, our Casual Mondays. Should be starting up soon, wherein we're just going to take a more loose approach to this whole streaming thing. Less planning going into it, people bringing stuff to the table, stuff we want to show off, not necessarily bad games, just us having fun, more casual conversation and the like. So please tune into that, give us a shot, see if it's something that you click with. Tuesday, no idea. Tuesday 22nd, absolutely no clue what we have planned for that day. I can tell you that on Thursday the 24th, we're getting back to Countdown Vampires. As loath as I am to revisit, as much frustration as I faced the last time we stared that game down, I do have our disc swapping issue sorted at this juncture, so we should be able to jump back into that game and hopefully complete it sometime soon. That was a patron voted playthrough. Once that playthrough concludes, we will start a new poll for a new patron decided playthrough, so please look forward to that. That's all I got for our upcoming stream schedule. Who can re-raid at this hour? Buy me a second here while I look over our options.
Well, did you mention the podcast, by the way?
No, I did not. Please plug that.
Right. I did say at the top of the show, but the new episode of the podcast is done with editing, so that should go up very soon. Podcast.badgamehalloffame.com. Also available wherever fine podcasts are sold. And yeah, now I think I got everything.
Very good.
Oh, and if you want to send in questions to the podcast, by the way, for us to answer, then that's podcast@badgamehalloffame.com.
Very good. Sasquatchulus is playing Japanese phone games right now. I think they're playing the Mega Man Legends J2ME game at the moment. Mm-hmm. So that is a worthy thing to raid at this current juncture. Let them know the Bad Game Hall of Fame sent you, so on and so forth. Once more, one last time, thank you for tuning in tonight, folks. Thank you for enjoying Light Gun Games with us. I have been Crosshair Cassidy.
I've been Intangible Charky.
And I've been Jellicle Johnny Baghead.
Very good, folks. Thank you once more. And for the Bad Game Hall of Fame, goodbye.
Good night, everybody.
See ya.